live.
Hooray. This movie has very few GIFs.
Uh,
Trying to tweet.
If the dashboard wouldn't be broken right now, I could put us on public as well. That would be crazy. Oh, there we go. All right, here we are. Oogly boogly.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. All kinds of things. I actually don't know where I was going with that. I just started rambling and now I'm lost.
I'm finishing my tweet. You were faster than me, even
Damn
though
it.
we're a little. But it's okay. I'm done now. Hello, everybody.
Good. Hello, peoples of the interwebs.
Yeah.
It is another Forge Full Metal Alchemist GIF.
Yeah, well, it was
Sure.
like I couldn't find a good as above, so below one, so I'm just like, whatever. They're going for the Philosopher's Stone too. There's some commonality. When I think alchemy and Philosopher's Stone, I generally think of FMA.
France and Hell? No, Hell is in France or below France or something.
Kind of, yeah. There's more to it, I suppose, but there's definitely what would be the term for it? References or like allusions to hell as a concept.
Oh, it's like heavily implied that it's like Dante's Inferno type dealio, apparently.
Yeah.
Or
There's flat out says, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here."
yeah. It's to the right of France. Yeah, it's just in Paris. Oh boy. Yeah, this another spook movie. I don't know
Yeah.
why we keep doing them, but they just pop up.
I watch a lot of horror movies, and
Yeah.
every so often I see a pretty cool one, and then I just keep thinking, we should do a Forge on this. And when we're like, what should we do on Forge? Then that just is a suggestion I make. However, I guess before I make a mistake, are we locked in on the arc that we're doing for the next few weeks?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, but this movie we picked before. We decided that the next couple weeks we're going to be taking a trip to jolly old England and around the world, really, and do a little Bond movie arc where we're going to watch a movie from each of the major multiple movie Bond actors before doing James Bond First Light. Though, I guess we could put it to the audience as to whether they want us to cover Casino Royale at all, because the Craig movies are a bit more recent, or if we should sub that out and do one of the Timothy Dalton ones instead. Or on Her Majesty's Secret Service, the one and only George Lazenby film.
I mean, we can do like 3, because Backrooms is coming out between now and Bond First Light.
Well, okay, then I guess Daniel Craig's cut.
But, yeah, doing some Bond timers. And I haven't seen any of the early Bonds, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys want to argue my picks, I'm voting that for the Connery movie, we do From Russia with Love, although it's debatable as to whether or not we should have a poll to do From Russia with Love or Goldfinger. I think From Russia with Love is the better movie, though Goldfinger is definitely a more commonly referenced one culturally. And then for Roger Moore, we're doing The Spy Who Loved Me. And for Pierce Brosnan, I think everyone knows which Pierce Brosnan one we're doing right before a video game comes out. It is his. Yes, Moonraker is definitely weird. It is the Fast and the Furious 12 of Bond movies, where they're like, okay, fuck it, we're going to space.
Metal, I'm doing the punishing now. Ugh.
But hey, the villain, one of the villains, the heavy villain in Moonraker, appears in The Spy Who Loved Me, which we might be covering. So, in a way, it's a direct sequel. Jaws, one of the few Bond villains that showed up more than once. He's also in Happy Gilmore, not as the same character, but he's the guy who bends the golf club. Really big guy.
Yeah. when you're covering Mortal Kombat 2, none of the EVA boys beat you to the punch. I haven't even seen the first one, and I don't really care. That's why.
I just really, I really didn't like the first one. My biggest problem with it isn't the common biggest problem with it. Most people say the original character is. I just really hated the way the fight scenes were edited. You fucked up in a Mortal Kombat movie when people were like, yeah, you know who was the best part? Kano. Just because he was moderately entertaining, even if a bit MCU-ish humor-wise. Which
Yeah,
seemed to
okay.
be the direction they were kind of trying to move with Mortal Kombat, because the Mortal Kombat 1, like the video game titled Mortal Kombat 1 that was pretty recent, the one that came after 11, that had a lot of Marvel humor in it, and it was annoying me.
Yeah, I understand.
Something I did check out this week, though, is what I've been using to navigate Windows this entire time, and that is a ye old Steam controller. Mine arrived the day after our Forge last week, and I gotta say, I like it quite a bit.
Nice.
There's a bit of ergonomic adjustment that you need to do, and not for comfort really, but because of how it's even orientation sticks, so they're not offset, but they're higher, so they kind of feel like two of them at the high point, kind of the way the Xbox left stick is. And the problem I find is that sometimes the what would be the word for it? The palmar, like the the palm of my hand's thumb knuckle. So like my medial my medial phalangeal joint in my thumb kind of taps the touchpad sometimes. And there doesn't seem to be a way in Steam input to flat out turn the touchpad off. So you can map it to whatever you want when you're in a game, but there's not just like an easy disable button, because there's a lot of times where I'm in game that I just like to have the right, like my instinct would be to kind of rest my thumb there if I'm not on the stick. And I also was playing a bit of Forza Horizon 7, so in a racing game, you don't really need to be on the right stick. I mean, I guess you can if you want to look around, but for the most part, it's like left stick and gas. So I kept on like accidentally using the touchpad when I didn't want to. But yeah, I think though that its ability to navigate a Windows environment or a Linux environment, in fact, but speaking of which, it works far better on Linux. Like I have zero problems with any of the features on Linux ever. Whereas on Windows, while I can navigate Windows desktop pretty well because you can use the right thumbstick as a fast moving mouse and the right trackpad as your fine point, and then right it's kind of like navigating the desktop environment on Steam Deck, where the right trigger is your left click, left trigger is your right click. But the interesting thing about navigating the desktop environment on Windows is you're supposed to be able to hit the Steam button to just launch Steam and bring up Steam, and then you hit it again to go to big picture mode. And on my Windows rig, that does not seem to work, but it works perfectly on the Linux machine. So, and I only have one, so I do have to like move the puck between them. You can Bluetooth attach it, but the puck has like a better polling rate. But and Black Hat Red, it's Red Ed, Black Hat Red Ed. It's not really that chunky compared to like any other controller. It's just there's a little less void space at the bottom of it. So like the touchpads don't actually make the controller that much bigger overall. It's just there's less space between the two handguards because that's being filled up by the touchpad. The problem with accidentally hitting the trackpad, or the right trackpad in particular, that I've been having is just my thumb, I guess, for so many years of using like either an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller, or even the like 8BitDo Ultimate B2 that I've been using quite frequently as of late. My thumb rests a little bit lower than where this right stick is, and that's resulted in me accidentally touching the trackpads more often than I'd like. But that wait, did I not say Forza Horizon 6?
You said
He says,
7.
I think. Oh, did I say 7? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I don't know why I said. Yeah, no, 6, the Japan one, the one that just came out. I forgot I'd ordered it quite a while ago. But yeah, I like the Horizon games though. It's fun to just kind of drive around and do random things and be like, oh, I'm gonna go do a dirt race, go do a street race. And
Wow.
I already have a Nissan GTR Nismo, so I'm like, okay, well, I don't now I can stop. So
I'm
I
done.
got the car that I would probably get if I had unlimited money. So
Very good. Yeah, I'm probably gonna try to use the controller when Friendo brings it over or something because he got one. But I really don't have a need for a controller. There's like three controllers right next to me. I really didn't need to buy another one right now.
honestly, I think the most use I've been getting out of it in a way that is genuinely a more convenient setup than I've ever had on a controller, but in a way more so than a mouse and keyboard,
Mm.
is like I have a setup where I've got like a place to watch movies on a TV that's connected to a PC that I use, and I'll often view those movies with VLC, but for legal reasons I won't go into why. But having it so that I've got what's essentially a keyboard and mouse um, functionality in a controller format's made it so that if I want to like move my mouse around and like select a new show or something like that, I don't have to find a keyboard or find a mouse, find a good place to pick up the mouse or like get my lap board out or anything. I can just pick up the controller, use the trackpad, play the next episode of Sopranos or whatever I'm watching. And then like Y is pause because that's what space is on it. It's essentially the default mapping of the Steam controller in the desktop environment is just everything on a mouse and keyboard is mapped to it in a way that makes sense. And I guess not everything, everything that it can fit. And
Mm.
at any point, you can bring up a virtual keyboard. And actually, I made a typo when I was messaging Metal earlier, just kind of testing my ability to do that because where my Discord chat window was covered up by the virtual keyboard, so I could type, but I couldn't see what I was typing. So I asked him if he was bready with a B.
Yeah, I do like bread. Bread is pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan
yeah,
of bread.
that's good.
Good bread.
I
Good
think
bread.
good bread. Yeah, gotta have good bread. Oh, and I guess I just finished this morning the first Hitman game of the new Hitman series. So, and this
Oh.
first mission of Hitman 2, and that is kind of research I'm doing for the old Bond game thing because the IO Interactive has been making Hitman games for like the last 20 years and now they're making the Bond game, so I'd like to have some more recent context as to how the Hitman experience applies to Bond. And got to say, there's a lot of creativity that you can you can use
Hmm.
in order to complete your missions in the Hitman
Yeah.
games. It's pretty neat.
Hitman, I always remember watching a speed run, and there was like I think like a strat where you had to stand on a muffin to get a little bit of more height, so you can just snipe someone from the start or something. I remember
Uh,
that. That was
the
funny.
the original Hitman,
I don't
like
know which one it was. I just remember that they stood on a
okay.
muffin or something to just have a
I
little bit
played
more height.
I played the hell out of Blood Money on Xbox 360, or was that original Xbox? I think it was on Xbox 360. But Blood Money was the one that I liked the most because I played Contracts and didn't really get into it all that much. And Absolution kind of tried. Actually, kind of think of it, Absolution might be the one that is most relevant to play because that was the Hitman game where they tried to be a bit more action packed and movie gamey.
Right.
And I finished that one, but I don't remember liking it all that much. This one's been good though, and it's very very focused on yeah, be as sneaky as you can. Try to survey the environment, listen in on conversations. It's got a neat thing too, where you don't have like waypoints and objectives. You can just hold the right bumper and see a red sort of like transparent version of your target wherever they are, like through all the walls and stuff. So you can be like, okay, I need to get over there. But when you listen in on a conversation or find a document, it'll almost give you like a little side quest that will give you waypoints to go to so that you're not just aimlessly wandering. And that'll
Mm-hmm.
be things like the mission I just did. I had to assassinate this one lady that ran this sort of really, I don't know, like secluded hospital in the mountains in Japan. And I like knocked out her yoga teacher and then went and basically taught her a yoga class and then got her to do like a tree pose over a cliff and then pushed her. I was like, oh, that was pretty all right.
Nice.
But yeah, I've been enjoying Hitman though. I also took out Lashif, the Mads Mikkelsen villain from Casino Royale today, and that took a while because you can't save during that mission,
Oh,
so you got to just start from scratch every time.
That sounds
I think that's
fun.
it for my updates. What have you been up to, Metal?
I have nothing. I've just been working.
Oh, wow.
Working, look outside, watching a lot of shit television. You know, the usual.
Like EFAP research shit television, or just you watch things you thought they were gonna that would you watch things you
Well,
thought would be
I
good.
checked out the
Turned out to
Punisher
be shit.
special, which was ass,
Ah.
and then I told Mahler about it, and he was like, "Interesting. You should watch the last two Daredevil episodes and join us on Saturday." I was like, "Okay."
You just watched the last
That's
two?
all I've seen from Daredevil in
The last
general.
two
The
in the
last two
Punisher
episodes of
special.
Born Again season two.
Well,
Uh,
I haven't seen any of season two because Born Again season one absolutely infuriated me. So I don't know that I've had the will to even go back and hate watch.
yeah, and
Also, I've been watching Sopranos, and that's good stuff.
I've started watching The Boys as well. That's a clown show. That's really fun.
Well, season one's all right. I liked season one of The
I've
Boys.
stopped at season two, and now I'm going back in at season five, and it feels like nothing has changed. It's so bad.
Yeah, well,
Homelander's still mad about memes. The weird thing with the flight that's been recorded that's just been resolved by them saying it's AI in this one of those episodes. And I was like,
the
oh,
flight from the first season.
yes, that was still a big thing they tried to release, which they do on the first episode, and then it's like, oh, we just have a disinformation campaign now. We just told everybody it's AI, and I don't know if that's even coming back. Uh, yeah,
I can't
it's Butch.
I can't tell
Butch
whether
has
some
not
of
changed at all as a character. Only now he has powers and eight tentacles or something. As like
yeah, didn't he like take the compound V and I think
something
in
like
season
that. Yeah.
three or something? And they're yeah, no.
Uh,
But I
yeah.
think though that I can't tell whether the writers of shows like that spend too much time on the internet or not enough time on the internet because it seems like they throw in the things, but they don't really understand that like complaining about that stuff is just kind of lame to do. Like, it's like, okay, this isn't very
Oh, in the
creative or
first 30 minutes of season five, episode one, they mentioned a pandemic. They had Republicans with red hats. They had
shocking.
they were talking about the global pandemic. They had a Republican shareholder meeting, AI, like all the things. And I was like, oh my god! I thought this was like at least sometimes about superheroes and some normal people have to take them down or something. But there was just it's just
I
all
probably read.
commentary on something. It's like you can do that, but it's also boring and shit.
I think I read about six of the boys' graphic novels, and I don't remember there being very much direct political commentary at all. Like there was a lot of like edgy stuff happening, but at no
Right.
point did I feel like, oh yeah, okay, that's like what's happening in politics right now.
Yeah,
If anything, it
that's
was making fun of celebrity culture more.
yeah. I don't know. It's pretty cringe. It's
Yeah,
pretty
well,
cringe.
I
And
apologize.
Kripke
I
has
didn't.
already said that the last episode was made to be a little bit unsatisfying. It's like fuck off. Why would you even say that?
I mean, like I guess so. It's in line with the rest of the show, is what you're saying.
Yeah. And then they brought like Soldier Boy back apparently. Then
I did like. He was the only thing I liked in
that's what
season
I've been
three.
hearing. He was like in season three or something, and people liked him there. He was entertaining, and then they put him in like a frost tube. He's now back, and I think it's in some of these last episodes they just put him back in a tube, which means he's like in one of those freezing tubes for the fourth time. They basically ship him away to his sideshow that they do with him
They
or something.
literally they fridged him, like literally.
Yeah, yeah,
But I
it's
think
pretty shit.
that I think that it's a similar thing to there was a recent post about that happens every couple of years, I guess, where Killmonger is like such an understandable and relatable villain thing. I think it's a similar thing happening with Soldier Boy, where it's like I don't necessarily think Soldier Boy is that great a character or anything. I just think Jensen Ackles is a charming guy, and like so he
Right.
does stuff with the material. And same like Michael B. Jordan's a good actor, and he's got a lot of charisma, and he tricked a bunch of people into thinking that a guy who's going to massacre a bunch of innocent people all over the world with
Mm.
high-tech weaponry is relatable and understandable because I like the guy. And it's like, well, you got to think about what the guy's doing, though.
Yeah. So yeah, I've just been doing that. just do a look outside stream, one of them.
All
So
right.
Yeah, and I did EFAP yesterday. That was fun. Wasn't
Any
a
interest in
wasn't even a 17-hour long one. It was just like a nice and 4 hour one. And I was surprised when it
yeah.
was over. But honestly, a Punisher show, there's not a lot to talk about. It's very vapid.
And isn't it like 40 minutes? Like
Yeah,
it's not like a movie. I kind of thought it was a movie based on how they were advertising it, but like
yeah. A special
it's
feature or whatever the fuck they call it. It's
a
lame.
one episode of a TV show, a pilot. It's like
Yeah, 48 minutes exactly.
it's like
Yeah.
7 minutes shorter than every Sopranos episode, which I do recommend. I'm on the final season now, and it's quite good. Though at
Nice.
one point a guy sits on a small dog and kills it while he's high on heroin, and now I really want that guy to die. Though I do know how it ends for him. Anyways, someone asked if we're doing anything with the Star Fox remake. I guess it's a remake, but I'm going to play it. But Metal doesn't have a Switch 2, so I
Oh,
found out that he can play it with me if he flies to Canada and
oh,
brings his Switch 1 into a room with me,
might be about
which
the
is kind
same
of neat.
price.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, actually, I think it might. But I think that is a neat feature that they're doing a remote play multiplayer where you can have a bunch of Switch ones in a
Yeah.
room and like one person on the Switch 2 hosting. But I don't know if they will still make you subscribe to the Nintendo Online service for that. I don't think they should because it's basically a LAN party, but
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Either way, I'll fiddle around with it and I'll let you know what I think. But it will not be a full episode because
Uh,
one of the co-hosts cannot play it
yeah.
without spending a stupid amount of money for what is probably just going to be an okay game.
Yeah. No,
You know
I
where the frame rate isn't crashing during Star Fox though? If you play the Alpha Centauri, I think Alpha Centauri, I think is the name of it. The source port, it got decompiled, and you can play Star Fox 64 at like whatever refresh rate, whatever frame rate your monitor can handle, like 240 FPS if you got it. And yeah, that's probably the way to play that original one.
hell yeah. I think I got a copy of the original one. I think that's one of my N64 games that I owe.
Get yourself a USB N64 card reader, rip it, and you can play it without crossing any ethical boundaries. Although Nintendo will probably still try to sue you because that's
Yeah.
what they do.
We sent
And
it.
yes, I have. Did we not mention? I thought we mentioned the Twilight Princess port last week, but
We
yeah,
did.
no,
We
I have
posted it
been.
in the chat as well a couple of times.
Yeah, I have been fiddling around with that. I've not gotten very far. I was going to start hammering away at it on my Steam Deck while I was out in the field last week because I've been a medic on a basic training course for 2 weeks straight, and I will be again next week. But then I can finally go back to the clinic. But it just the light conditions weren't spectacular for gaming where I was. Like I was in an area where I was getting a lot of sunlight. So I was like, I'm just gonna read comics. So I'm like 105 chapters into Jujutsu Kaisen. Gotta say, manga is pretty similar to the anime. Not a whole lot of difference,
Okay.
at least as of now. I hear there's some major changes for the season 3 stuff. Which did you end up watching?
Uh, did I? I forgot.
Yeah, well, I know you
What's
watched
out
season
now?
1 and 2. Season 3 just ended.
Oh, okay. Well,
Culling Game
then
Part
I think
1.
I was waiting for it to end because I haven't started it at least. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's an episode with Maki, best girl, as it were.
Mm.
Or at least I think she's best girl. But yeah, there's one that's a very action-packed video with sorry, video. Action-packed movie. God damn it, I can't talk today. Action-packed episode with a lot of like crazy fighting and like Kill Bill references and stuff that lots of people really liked, but I've heard manga readers were pissed off by, and I've not gotten that far. And Aaron 827 says JJK is so bad the power scaling makes no sense. The power scaling is definitely tricky to track in that game. Game, god damn it, my brain.
That's fine.
In that show and or manga, but I think that Metal and I, when we discussed it in the winter when we were thinking about doing that movie that they released, was that it's a very, just vanilla flavored shonen anime. It's just like a superhero story essentially. You got high school kids that are trying to be the best they can be and outdo each other, and it's darker than something like Dragon Ball, but it's really just, if you want, it's fun, but that's kind
I
of about
find it
it.
entertaining. Yes.
Yeah. Good animation, and I've been enjoying the manga too. But also, Miwa was brought up, and yeah, that's a solid candidate.
Hmm.
The blue-haired one who does the simple domain.
Right. Ba, 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 ba.
Rip Mekamaru. Didn't manage to meet her in person.
Well, tapeworm. What? Oh, Griftly Tapeworm changed his name again. Oh, wait, we're talking about the Noah guy.
Oh, maybe yeah.
Was-
I didn't watch those EFAP episodes, but that sounds like it was a ride if it was a two EFAP arc on one
yeah,
guy.
I haven't seen those as well. I'm just kind of aware of the basics of everything. So I say I would watch them, but I have so much fucking shit to watch. I just can't fit it in. Fucking
Yeah, being
Grogu is
compared.
coming out this week. That's gonna be so bad.
Oh, that's this week?
Yeah. It's on Wednesday is
Oh,
the official release.
wait, hold on. You're not making me go see
No,
it.
no, no, no.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Metal.
I'm joining the lads on that, and I'm most likely gonna do a rando. I assume it's gonna be a rando rant. I don't think it's gonna
Yeah.
be good. But yeah, I'm
I
doing it.
have zero interest in seeing that at all. I just am not interested, which is not something that 10-year-old me ever thought I would say about a Star Wars film, but here we are.
Yeah. I got tons of shit. So I meant to like rewatch the Mando and Grogu stuff, but it's, I knew it was coming, and I was still surprised when I finally realized that it's on the way in like 2 weeks. I was like, oh, fuck, there's no way I'm gonna finish all of the rewatchings. And I was like, let me just do the EFAB movies for that. And then I checked. It's like, oh shit, season one they made a fucking EFAB episode where I wasn't on with Shad. That's over 8 hours long because it's two parts. Like, that doesn't help me. That's longer than watching the episodes.
Yeah, man. I
Oh
like
god.
I guess just the Disney genre film scene is just like it bothers me so much. There's so little
Yeah.
I find value in out of it, with the exceptions of things like Andor, which seemed like it was a mistake, like an anomaly,
That was an anomaly,
and
yeah.
I guess half of Spider-Man No Way Home for Marvel. I can't really think of anything else I've liked from the last few phases of Marvel.
Yeah.
Am I missing something that was kind of good? I feel like I'm not.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
It's different shades of poo poo. That's what it is recently.
I
I,
even really did hate the beginning of No Way Home. I hate how that movie starts. Its inciting incident really bothers me, but it is actually kind of okay as opposed to everything else in that those phases, because now it's multiple ones, even though come on, it's all big. It's been one big wall of poop, let's face it. But
yeah.
yeah.
Well, Spider Man Brand New Day, that's coming. I'm probably going to make you watch that, though. I'm sorry.
Uh,
But yeah.
that's fine though. It's fine. Yeah, this is the job. Sometimes you luck out and you don't have to see Mandalorian and Grogu,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's a 12-hour shift on a holiday, and it sucks.
I mean, I watched
Speaking of which,
Punisher
tomorrow's a
and.
holiday. I was gonna say, speaking of which, tomorrow's a holiday in Canada, and because I'm the medic on that basic training course, I don't have a holiday. I'm going to work.
Hey, we had a holiday on Thursday. That's when I watched The Boys and The Punisher. Day well spent.
Residual Steve, I don't get time and a half though. I'm on salary. I'm in the military. Technically, I can be called into work at any time for any length of time, and they can flat out tell me to do something that will get me killed.
Yay. Oh.
Well, benefits are pretty good.
Oh boy.
I get
Yeah,
to wear cool uniforms.
indeed.
That is all. All right. Should we go above and then below and then above by going below?
Sure. Yeah, that's the thing we can do. Absolutely. I'm not
I probably.
stretching. Leave me alone. Ugh, okay.
That's okay. But yeah, so today we are covering a movie from, oh God, I forget the
2014.
year was 2014, called As Above, So Below. It is a found footage movie about, would cave diving be the appropriate term to use? I guess pretty much, but exploring the Paris catacombs with
Yeah.
some paranormal twists and interesting results. What do you think of this movie, Metal?
I don't really care for this movie.
Ah, fair enough.
I I was not super engaged. Uh,
Okay.
I was just like, okay, that happened now. I actually had to watch I watch two like videos after because it's like, okay, there's something here with Dante's Inferno, and actually, there's not a lot of people who even cover that movie like in general. Like none of the like the big ones you would expect. I found like
As
two.
above, so below.
Yeah, I found like two videos that went into like the like Dante's Inferno stuff that is mentioned in there, and they had like good viewership as well. I never heard of the channels before myself, but I was surprised. I was expecting like a Chris Stuckman review or something. There was like I forgot, I don't know, who's the guy with the leather jacket that always does like shorter reviews.
Jeremy Johns.
Yeah, I think I saw one of his. It was like 4 minutes long, which I was like, I don't even know what that's gonna do, but yeah, I
I
mean,
guess like I mean a movie like that, if you talk too much about it, you kind of kill the tension because I think a lot of it is kind of the enjoyment is found in not really knowing how it's going to unfold. And I think this one on a second viewing holds up better than a lot of shitty horror movies that I've watched. But yeah, in general, I enjoyed this one. I don't think it was terrible. I definitely think there are things that are very, very stupid, particularly in regards to translation. For example, why does the Aramaic translation rhyme poetically in English?
probably not.
Yeah, that was I was like, wait, hold on. It's a poem in English that perfectly rhymes, but it's written in Aramaic. How would that work?
No. Yeah, I know. I found it a bit lame personally. It's just like the horror was just like, yep, there's a jump scare coming now. Oogly boogly. It's like, yep, I get it.
Oh, we will talk about the jump scare that really bothered me because they came so close to having that be actually a really cool kind of creepy thing that happened that was sort of good, but yeah, they dropped the ball on it immediately after.
Yeah. So yeah, as you said, found footage Fleambus. Where's my button? Lost the button. There it is. Ha, found it. Anyway, we start for some reason we start in Iran because that's where our main protagonist Scarlett has a current lead on something because she is currently looking for Flanell Stone, or as we most likely all call it, the Philosopher's Stone. You know, the good old stone that gives you
Yeah.
all them riches and possibly eternal life, all the good stuff. And she's kind of like she has like a GoPro or something. Was GoPro a thing in 2014 already? They've been around for a long time, didn't they? Aren't they?
Oh yeah.
I just thought about that. Like, it's like damn, they've been around. Anyway,
Well, I mean, I think pretty much as long as cell phone cameras have been around, because
yeah,
I
yeah.
think the second somebody got like an iPod Touch or something like that, which is basically like an iPhone without a phone, and put it on a strap and then
Yeah.
went snowboarding, then like I'm sure the company that makes GoPro, if it's not just called GoPro, was like, hey, we could make a lot of money making these.
Yeah. Um,
It definitely made found footage movies easier to take seriously, though, because I mean,
yeah.
but like there's even some scenes in this movie where you see them carrying the sort of higher end camcorder around in in the situation they're in. I'm like, well, why would you not just leave that? I mean, if you're running for your lives here through what might actually be hell, there's no reason you need to bring that useless piece of cargo unless you're planning to make a movie with this. But
They're trying to make a documentary. It's very important to them. Yeah, she crossed the border and she tells us that yeah, I'm here on my own free will. I know I'm not allowed here, and this is gonna be a bad time if I get caught.
Mhm.
And essentially, she has to do it right now, right here, right now, because for some reason they're about to blow this whole thing up because they need it for parking space or something. I actually don't know why they blow it up, but they have a blow up situation here, so there's a little bit of a time limit. and they find a big old tablet on the wall. And he's like, "Oh wow, that's even more beautiful than I thought. This is crazy." And she kind of looks at it, is like, "Oh man, there must be more." And then she just starts bashing in the thing because she sees like some kind of engraving, which I assume tells her that there might be something behind it. She's not telling us a lot here. She's kind of looking at the thing because it initially was like, just film the thing and get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? But then she's starting to break the thing, and there is a whole fucking bull behind there, like a
Yeah.
lead bull. I don't know what it's made out of. It looks like metallic lead something. But she's like, "That's the rose key," which
The
I
cave bowl.
which a cave bull. The rose key, which I understood is essentially a cipher she needs for the other things she has to decipher those.
Yeah. She does say that later on. She says it's essentially the Rosetta Stone for these arcane symbols that
Right, right,
will
right.
allow her to translate them into Aramaic, but she doesn't speak Aramaic. We
Yeah.
get that after this kind of, I guess you could call it an action sequence.
Yeah, it's like
It
I
doesn't
was
involve
like kind
running
of
away from an explosion. She's something of a Lara Croft, like a bit of a Tomb Raider-ish
yeah,
person.
yeah. She's very reckless. That's
Mhm.
that they point that out immediately with the old Iranian guy here. It's like, you remind me of your father, but you need to be careful. Yeah, she films it all, scans it all, so she can write it down later, and shit goes boom. She almost gets buried alive, but makes it out, and essentially it's just a thing that shows us how the format is going to be, like with those head cameras and stuff like
Mhm.
that. There's also this one scene, and I have it on screen right now, actually. She sees a
I was gonna
guy
mention.
hanging from the ceiling, which we learn later is apparently her dad. I'm
At least a
actually
vision of him,
sorry.
or at least a vision of him, an
Yeah, Vision.
illusion.
This is what like on the second go through this, I was like, oh, this might either be her imagining this, or because the thing she just found is connected to the hellhole they're going to. Maybe that's already started her crazy vision things because that's close to another catacomb thingy. I'm not entirely sure about the mechanic here, even if it even is a mechanic. But yeah, she
I
sees
I
she sees that.
believe it's that the supernatural phenomenon that we dive literally deeper into in Paris
Yeah,
also exists in this place because it's one of the places where I forget the name of the guy that the alchemist who apparently did a bunch of the writings that she's drawing from
yeah,
and this like that he did some stuff here in Iran and then
right. Yeah,
also a lot more things in Paris under the catacombs or somewhere in Paris, which we soon learn is deep below the earth.
yes.
Yeah, and
Uh,
hey, man, this is not Lara Croft will still be better than Sansa Stark Lara Croft. Oddly enough, she is also a ginger, much like I'm forgetting her name. Sansa. What is her name? I feel like I should know that.
the Scarlet here, or who are you talking about?
No, Sansa Stark,
Oh,
who's playing the new Lara Croft and she was Jean Grey in the not so great X-Men movies.
Sophie
Sophie Turner.
Turner. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, yeah, I do like the girl who plays Scarlet in this movie. I think she does a better Lara Croft type character than I can imagine Sophie Turner being, but I guess we'll see.
Hmm. Uh, yeah. She does get out and is like, "Oh, you remind me of your father." She's like, "Oh, he wasn't crazy after all." I was like, "Oh, everyone who's looking for Flanell Stone is a madman. Is going crazy because everybody dies." No, that is crazy thingy. Is we go to Paris. We're already in hell, and we're not even underground yet.
Yeah, we're in France. Worse than hell.
This is where we get introduced to Benji, who is the cameraman for the documentary he's trying to do on her finding the Philosopher's Stone. We learned a little bit about her, that everything she's been taught was by her dad. She speaks 4 languages fluently, and also 2 more that are dead languages. So
So
she's got all the archaeologist stuff going
also a
on.
black belt in Krav Maga.
Yeah, which is like, okay. I mean, that doesn't really apply to anything in the movie, but yeah, I guess she
I guess
can.
she smacks a monster or two in
That's
the cave toward the
twice.
end
She
of the
just
movie.
runs them over. It's so funny.
Yeah, and not with any like interesting grappling
No,
techniques that
just
you would
pushes them
associate with
over.
Krav Maga. Literally just smack and push.
This movie made me
I,
laugh a couple of times. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't think they
there are a
intended me
few
to.
comical moments that are yeah unintentional in the movie. There's a couple of jokes that I thought were okay that were intentional, but some of them are just scenes that they were trying to make scary or profound that just didn't really land and turned out funny.
Yeah. Uh, right. Benji also asks her about the dad. It's like, hey, some people say that your father was kind of unstable in the brain. Is that true? And she's like, oh, is that because he killed himself? So it didn't directly answer the question. So of course, obviously she doesn't like to talk about it. But we,
Although I guess it's hard to argue that someone who commits suicide is not
yeah,
unstable mentally in some way. Like it's not even really an offensive thing to say. You'd be like, well, I mean, realistically, I guess if he was more mentally stable, he probably would not have killed himself. But
mm,
I think the idea is that it seems to be implied. I don't know if you got this from that, but it seems that his research into the Philosopher's Stone and trying to find it made it so that it was making him a little crazy, but also the thing that kind of pushed him over the edge was that so many people would call him crazy and not believe him and say that he's insane. And he was unable to take that at a certain point.
yeah, probably like a mix of the two, and
Mhm.
then just goes a little bit back to uh, I know this might just be her. Like the one night he does hang himself, she didn't pick up the phone or something, so that's what she feels guilty about. Uh, but yeah, I think you're onto the right track there for sure.
Yeah. And you'll notice there's a few sort of, I don't think similarities to Silent Hill directly, as in this was inspired by Silent Hill. I just think that a lot of the things in Silent Hill 2, I think, are inspired by some of the same psychological
Hmm.
exploration and analysis concepts that this movie's pulling on. And even some imagery is kind of similar, like going deeper into the hole.
Yeah.
There are a fair amount of holes that they need to dive into in order to progress in this movie, but also stuff like your guilt being or guilt or trauma or regret being the thing that kind of drives you into hell, and it's not so much literal hell that you need to escape, though in this film that is sort of what they need to do, but also resolving your own personal conflicts.
Hmm.
And some of the
Uh,
characters do a better job at that than others.
yes. We also get a little bit of backstory or like world building, if you will, about the stone, how it's made out of an elusive substance or material, and that it can turn shit to gold and gives you eternal life and stuff like that. You know, the classics. They go to a museum, they look at a tablet, it's like, ah, see those symbols up there? They're supposed to be the key, but we couldn't make any sense of them up until now because this rose key, the Rosetta Stone I have now, that translates it to Aramaic. But unluckily for us, I don't know Aramaic. But double lucky for us, the guy I know who does speak Aramaic, he is right now here because he broke into a church to fix it, the bell, which I found it incredibly weird as a concept.
Yeah, his hobby is breaking into old historical buildings and fixing things that
Yeah.
have been broken for a long time. So in this case, he's fixing church bells that haven't rung in 200 years, I think he says.
Yeah, over 200 years. I just found it
Yeah.
so weird. It's like, can you just ask them if you kind of fix them or something?
And there's probably like permitting issues, and it's like, well, we can't do this without paying you, and insurance. Like, what if the bell gets destroyed and then
Yeah.
crushes you, or even just gets destroyed in general? And then at that point, it's like, well, maybe we just shouldn't have touched it because now this whole cathedral has been destroyed. Trying to think of reasons why, but
Yeah, yeah.
I guess it's one of those things that they just wanted to give him a really cool, but also intellectually based hobby that was thrill seeking in some ways,
Intellectually
but
based.
also he's super smart. And yeah, I don't think it realistically ever. There's probably not a lot of people who have this hobby in real life.
I don't think the number would go in the double digits, no.
Eh, there
um,
are dozens of us.
I'll collect them all and repair all your bells. Yeah, this is he's called George. He yeah, as we just pointed out, he likes to break into places like a church to repair things in there. He is not very happy to see her because apparently on their last excursion together, he was thrown into Turkish jail, which I imagine is not a great time.
He's
Uh,
like, last time we met, you left me in a Turkish prison. She's like, it was really more of a jail,
yeah,
like jail in Turkey.
and I do like how he looks at the camera to Benji's like, in Turkey.
Yeah, not the same as like the drunk tank
Yeah,
in America or something. But yeah, and I think it's clear off the hop that there might have been something going on between
yeah,
them just by the way she talks to him, the way he seems to want to agree to help her, even though it really seems like he's like, oh, this is a dumb idea, I shouldn't.
yeah.
And even right before they enter the room that the museum that they're in right now, he's talking to presumably one of the museum employees, and
Yes.
she indicates that she's a little jealous of how attractive the girl he's speaking to is.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you know her? And we find out later that might have not just been prison going on in Turkey. There might have been some other stuff happening.
Really? I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
Towards the end of the movie, they they say something to each other right before he gets injured. No?
Oh, you mean like a good thing?
Yeah.
I was thinking about a bad thing that I missed. I was like, wait, what?
Oh no, good thing. Like I guess like now because we're kind of dancing around it. But
Yeah, yeah, no, no,
basically,
I got you now. I understand.
it's like the best time of my life. And she's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Mine too."
yeah, yeah. I was like, wait, did I miss? Like, did he get finger blasted in prison or something? Did I miss that?
Don't ask, don't tell, metal.
Okay, what happens in Turkey stays in Turkey. I gotcha.
Yes, but that was before he went to the prison, and it was her.
uh, yeah, the as you said, he talks to like a lady there. Benji says that she has nice legs too, which is like okay. I don't know. This could maybe be connected to whatever his thing might possibly could be if we guess later on when he dies. Because he does have something, but it's very thin with like a lot of the characters and their
Yeah,
guild
what's funny,
thing.
I've seen this twice, and I could not tell you what Benji's thing.
I
is.
only
Like,
know because I watched these two videos and they pointed some things out and was like, yeah, I guess if you imagine some things and this could be the thing. That's like the thing, like even those videos were like, yeah, this could be, it might be. It was like, oh, okay. It's a lot of interpretation possible in this one with a lot of the characters or what's going on.
yeah,
Um,
they don't really give you too much on the psychological exploration of really any character but Scarlet. You get a little bit of
I mean,
what
Scarlet or
am I-
George, you get most for these
George,
two. And then the most bizarre thing is the last character that's still alive at the end. And you're like, what are you? What's even your thing? Why are you even here?
I guess honestly, they probably just didn't want to make it so that it was only those two
Yeah.
who lived.
uh, anyway, they go back into the museum, but alone at night, and they check out the tombstone on the wall. I was like, oh, there's no key for this one. It's like, oh wait, he's got the key on the back. What if that's like on the back of the bag? So they just take off the tombstone, and I guess they're lucky there's no alarms or anything on that thing, or cameras or anything. And she starts pouring like cleaning stuff that's flammable on there, and that creates a
Or
reaction on the.
convenience.
Huh?
We're also conveniently in sight. Like she didn't bring
Yes.
this stuff with her. It was just like
Yeah.
didn't have to go find a janitor's closet. Just you look up and it's like, oh, there's some cleaning products. I could do some MacGyver
Yeah.
science with it.
True. True.
Indiana Jones it up.
Yeah. This gives them some inscription. That gives them a clue that the whole thing is what was it, betwixt heaven and earth or hell or something. I did not write down the full quote here, but this essentially gives they make a picture of it or scan it, and outside they check out what it says, and they come to the conclusion like, hey, back in the day, the number of the devil was 741, so it would make sense that they would think that hell would be 741 feet below the ground, and if it says
Yep,
it's
I
like
had a problem with this.
and it's like between halfway between heaven and earth, that means it's like 370-ish feet underground. And I was like, sure, whatever you say.
Like, were they using feet as their metric, like, system? Like,
Honestly,
their system of
I don't
measurement?
know.
Because like that's the thing. It's like if it's not, and you're just going by 741 as the number.
Yeah,
What if it's meters? What if it's inches?
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, so this was the first one that it's like, okay, I guess you got to just not think too hard about it. But
It's just weird that they didn't think about it here, because later on
Yeah.
they think about, it's like, wait, they haven't discovered these two planets yet. It's like, oh, so maybe you'd have checked the whole feet stuff as well, but I guess that
Yeah,
worked out.
well, that's what I mean, right? Like it seems like there were certain points in this movie where I guess you could call them the puzzles.
Yeah.
They tried to think pretty hard about them and make it seem that these two are actually uniquely qualified to solve them and get to the tomb in like below the catacombs. But this one I was just like, wait, that seems like you didn't think hard enough about it.
Yeah.
Like, or that you didn't at least rule out possibilities or consider that this might be incorrect. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't love this aspect of it, or like this puzzle, which I guess is kind of the first one. The thing she did on the tombstone's kind of cool, I guess, with the chemicals and lighting it on fire and it revealing more text.
It's a pretty
Kind of.
pretty classic like archaeology puzzle thing, adventure stuff. Put some fire on it and it reveals a hidden message.
Yeah.
Anyway, Benji asks, wait, how the fuck are we going to get 370 feet into the earth? It's like, well, we are in Paris and they got these crazy catacombs with the dead people in it. So they go check those out. Well, first they check out the map, actually. And they compare the maps, like the current map and then the map of the catacombs with them, like do these tables with a light in it have a name that are specifically made for this? Do they have like a specific name? I just thought about that, if that they have like a name. I do wonder. Chad, do you know? Do they have like a specific name?
Tracing table or something like that? I don't
maybe.
know. Seems like that is kind of the function for it, so that you can see through thing and yeah. I don't know. Where's Swole? He does art. Or Odin's here. Odin, do you know anything about these? Light table.
Light
there we
table.
go. And it was Odin who got it. See?
I mean, if it's literally just light table, I mean, sometimes it is that easy. I've learned over the years when I had like a word I never used before. It's like, oh, what crazy word would that be? And I was like, oh, I just had to translate it one to one from German. Okay.
I mean, I didn't know the English term for it, but yeah, I guess it's literal descriptive words that you put together. It makes sense, but
yeah, they check it out. They're just, wait, the catacombs, they don't go that far. They don't even go below Flannel's grave. Like, ah, damn, what now? Like, well, there's been these cave-ins where people fell in with houses and everything, and then there was another one further north, and then another one, and that's pretty close to that grave. It's like, ooh, there might be a hidden chamber there. So they now know where to kind of look. Which means now they go on a tour of the catacombs. Also, Scarlett says that, well, we have to get down there, and it's like, you have to get down there. Remember, I don't do caves. And it's like, oh yeah, sorry about that. So
yeah, she's going to respect that wish for sure.
Yeah, she's definitely not going to be very adamant about him coming with her.
Super concerned about George's crippling phobia.
Yeah. So yeah, they take the tour through the catacombs so they can get to a place where they possibly have to get through. But it's like, oh man, we can't really do anything. Like, this is all solid limestone. Can't really get through anything. They also tell you a bit more about there's like the 6 million bodies and they've been housed and stuff like that. It's not really relevant to what we're doing in this movie, but I guess it's just a nice little bit of world building if you don't know anything about the catacombs at all, which would be me, but it's just another thing. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like 6 million was a higher number than I thought might have been down. Like that's double the population of my city.
yeah, I thought it would be like 3 bodies or something, but 6 million, that's a bit more.
Well, oh God, and I just okay. We are talking about the Paris catacombs, not the thing that happened in the 40s. That the number 6 million is
Oh,
debated about. Yeah,
I was only in Paris, right? I was like, what has happened in Paris?
that just clued into me when we started talking about 6 million, and I was like, oh God, I get the wrong impression of what we're talking about.
Imagine not knowing about the extensive cave system filled with bones. As I said, I was aware of those, but I don't know all the catacomb lore.
I mean, I knew about the catacombs, and I knew that they were grave sites like that. It was tombs, but like 6 million is a hell of a lot of people. Like that's like especially when you consider what the population of like. Well, I guess Paris would have probably been a pretty big city center with a high congregation. But yeah, I guess I just kind of think that with the way population has grown over the past even 50 years, I can't imagine that there were that many even human beings in one area very frequently 800 years ago. Or wait, was it more than that? When was were the catacombs supposed to have come about? Plague? I guess it would have been like 400. But yeah, I guess the bubonic plague did fuck people up.
Yeah.
I did play the Plague Tale game, so there you go. I should know more about it.
In any case, they're going around. And they're like, oh man, but how do we get to this place? Like, there's like no direct way to here. That's kind of impossible. And then there's a dubious guy. He's like, hey, go to this club and ask for Papillon. He's gonna get you there. And like, oh, I'm gonna do that. And then when you turn around, then he's gone. He's definitely not dead or anything. I don't know why you think that. So shut up.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think on my first viewing, I don't know that I caught that there was much weird about that, other than like, oh, that guy like might have just fucked off. But
Yeah,
I guess like,
same.
well, later on that it becomes like, oh, okay.
Yeah. He's like, oh.
It's like, then I'll say though that I guess it does do a pretty decent job of explaining the would be a contrivance of there being a guy who was there in order to tell them exactly who to go look for that could get them where they need to go. It's like, no, actually that guy was like manifest there by the fact that they were looking for it, and that
Yeah,
I
he
guess
was
for whatever
already part of the whole
part of
paranormal stuff. Also, more stuff happens. Now we get more hints for Benji, I guess, because this weird lady that looks completely normal with her face and white garb and everything looks very intensively at Benji's camera, and he kind of looks back at her, and she's a bit too far gone, like geographically. She's like pretty far away. It's like, oh, that's weird. And she also appears again in a window and looks at him again. I know we can speculate later what any of that might mean, but yeah, I don't know.
Anna beat me to the joke I was gonna make. It's like, no, nothing weird about her. It's an average
Oh,
woman.
okay. Well, never mind then. Maybe he was just looking.
But yeah, no, like I think off the bat, she does seem oddly creepy and not just like a background actor that was walking by and happened to eye lock the camera. Which I guess in a found footage movie, it's not too bad. Like people look at cameras in real life, but they do give you that shot where she's walking outside and looking
Yeah.
through the archway that makes it more clear that she has significance.
There's also like a weird overlap with the reflection of Scarlet here, which I caught on my first watch and was like, oh, this might mean something, but I don't think it actually. I think that was actually an accident that happened because I don't think like there's no connection between those two at all. So I guess there was actually just coincidence that her reflection appeared there.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah. Beepity boppity boo. Yeah, she just talks to Papillon. And it's like, hey, get me to this cave. It's like, why the fuck would I do that? And it eventually just says, well, there's treasure there. You can. He's like, oh, can I have half of it? And she's like, you can have all of it. And George's like, half is okay. Which is,
Although I will say this scene here, it might have just been for time, but in the context of a bar, a girl coming up to you and being like, "Yeah, no, like there's treasure in the cave. Seriously, it's a place that you totally haven't been for in this cave that you do tours." I feel like she did not really do a good job convincing even me, like convincing the audience
yeah,
that
yeah.
this guy should be taking her seriously. Like, didn't show her any credentials, didn't say, "Yeah, hey, here's a video of like the stuff that I saw in Iran, and there's stuff that we found actually at a museum here that's leading us there. We actually need someone to take us, and we cannot get a normal ass tour guide. Like we need to go to the real catacombs, the
Yeah.
off the grid ones, the one that you need French thrill seeking punks to take you to."
Yeah, it didn't do a great job explaining herself.
Rocky is not a Papillon, he's a Chihuahua. It's okay, Rocky, you're a good boy. But he's a
Uh,
long haired Chihuahua. So
but he says yes, and we cut to the next day where they prep the van with all their catacomb equipment because they got their own little secret entry to that place. Scarlett is still like, "Come on, George, you need to be there. It's gonna be awesome." It's like, no, you know, I don't. Stop, please. I'm gonna get you to the hole, and then I'm leaving. It's like, okay, fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I were George and I was serious about that phobia, I would not even be in the van here. I
Yeah.
would be at the hotel being like, "Yeah, call me when you're done." But I believe he is motivated by finding Scarlet pretty and wanting to be around her.
You know what? Relatable.
Yeah, I mean,
So, we are in the van. There's some banter between these amazing characters called Suxi, Zed, and Papillon.
Susie the Banshee.
Yeah, yeah. Zed tries to do Robert De Niro. They do some beatboxing. They're friends, essentially. That's it. It's whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a minute of
And
them bantering, and then they go down.
although both the beatboxing and the De Niro impression, not particularly good. I feel like for doing relatable content to make it so that we don't want these characters to die, they maybe could have come up with some better stuff than this, or I don't know,
Yeah.
found things they could do that they were better at that would actually like make the audience be like, ah, this guy's charming.
Yeah. Two noticeable things. One, he tells him it's like your phone is not gonna work down there. It's all dense limestone. You're not gonna have a connection, so you can't send text around. And they also, or not they, Banshee specifically sees a brand, not a brand, the fucking, what do you call them? Those wounds with the fire, like
A burn.
a burn. Why couldn't I think of burn right now? Jesus. You go on EFAB again one time and your brain is just fucking gone, man.
It's okay. I was confusing words constantly, and yes, Commandante say Susie and the Banshees is a band, one of the original punk bands from like the 70s.
But yeah, he's a burn wound, and he's like, "Hey Zed, what's up with his hand?" It's like, "Oh, don't ask him about this." It's like, ooh, it's always EFAB's fault, obviously.
I mean, the existence of our show is kind of EFAP's fault.
Yeah, me being on the internet is kind of EFAB's fault as well. Well, not really.
Yeah.
That was before. That's just Mahler's fault, really, that I'm still here. That was all before EFAB. Anyway, they make their way to some train tracks that lead into a tunnel, which there leads into a little hole. I assume they dug or something or found, so they can enter the
Yeah,
catacombs.
I'd say likely found.
Yeah.
Although it seems like they have spray painted a fairly ominous demon head around the extremely tiny hole that they climb through, which especially lugging equipment and backpacks through there. It's like, you notice we don't get a shot of them crawling through the hole. So like, I think the people making this movie might have been like, we'll just say it's that hole.
No,
Paint something
we see one of them go in there. Actually, I just see it right now. One of them goes
Do we?
in there. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's Zed.
Ah,
Uh,
well, I know that when they all get through there, it's the jump scare police officer seems to just somehow knock them all into the hole.
I found
As far
that
as
I
the
find
way
that
it's
scene
edited.
hilarious. So
Yeah, it is pretty funny.
George is still like, I'm not gonna go down. What did you understand? It's like, oh please, I need you with me. Blah blah blah. It's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. No, no, no. And then Puppy was like, okay, I don't know what you do, but you need to like make your mind up like right now. And after he says that, the fucking policeman just comes charging and just tackles Puppy onto the ground.
Yeah.
There's not even like, hey, what are you doing there? It's just immediately, "Ah!" And then
I mean, hey, I'm not sure what French police protocol is like, but this guy was tackle on sight.
yeah, it's really funny. And then they all scramble to go down, including George. Whoops, sorry, George. The movie decided you gotta go down there. But Papillon he was like, I threw a gas bomb here, so they won't be smoke bombs, not gas. Gas would be a bad idea down here with them being down here, obviously.
Yeah, ventilation's probably not great. Although I do find it a bit odd that the smoke bomb stopped the police. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like because you can move through smoke. Like
yeah.
we use smoke in the military to like mark landing zones and things like that, or even just obscure movement. And yeah, it's like it doesn't smell great or anything, but it like it's not poisonous.
Yeah. Well, no, they can't just go back. So George gets a headlamp from Benji. Good thinking. They don't just leave him without because Benji has some extra equipment. Benji seems to be prepared for his job. He's reliable.
Yeah.
And they start going inside, and Benji's like, "Oh man, you really know like caves, don't you?" It's like, "Does this thing work?" It's like, "Yeah," and then he just walks off. Thank you. And he's like, "Oh shit, did I say something? What did I do?" Like, I like the genuine confused. Like, also, did I say something wrong? And then Skull's like, "Oh, his little brother drowned in a cave when they were young." It's like, oh shit. It's like, don't worry about it. It's fine. You didn't know. It's like, okay.
Didn't know, but at the same time, he's been flat out saying, "Yeah, I'm not going into a cave" the entire time, and Benji's been there. So, like, I mean, it's like, I would not have had to say to him, "Hey, you don't like caves, do you?" It's like I would have gotten that impression by now.
And then Scarlet goes up to Joe. It's like, "Hey, you all right?" It's like, "Yeah, I will be." It's like, "Oh, you know what? I'm really sorry. I ditched you in over in Turkey, and you never returned my calls in Turkey because I wanted to say that I'm really sorry that I left you there." And it's like, yeah, I know. He's clearly like, whatever. Like, this is bullshit. I don't even want to be here. And they're just like, "I'm really glad that you're here." And it's like, I don't care. It's like, I'm not here for you. Because he just wanted to be the translator, and that's it. I don't want you to come down here. He's not happy. Valid crash out.
Yeah, no, 100%.
No.
Like, George did nothing wrong for most of this.
Yeah.
If anything, he's guilty of being too accommodating.
Yeah.
And it backfired on him pretty hard.
Then they go further through the hole. There's a little graffiti of him. It's like, see, the classic pap. That's what he calls it.
Creative tag.
I don't know, next couple of minutes they just kind of walk through the catacombs until they get to a fork in the road, you could say. Actually, no, wait, there's something before that. I almost glossed over it.
Oh, yeah. The thing that would have made me turn my ass around and leave.
Yeah. So they kind of walk through like some water, and it's like, see, there's like a hot candle here. There's some people down here. First of all, after he said, it's like, excuse me, what do you mean there's people down here? How did they all go through this little hole? That's insane. And then we go a little bit further. You hear some crazy cult chanting, and they look into a little crevice which has candles all over it. There's like people chanting some weird shit in there. And Papi also like, there's always like crazy people down here. And I was like, what the fuck? It's like Chat, look at these fuckers. they're in the catacombs full of bones. Look at this. I just realized there's boobs.
Painted horrifyingly too. Like,
yeah, look at this shit, dude. And also, and then this happens. The fucking crazy lady that Benji was looking at is now looking at him again. And at exact time he looks, they go like, oh! I was like, fuck this. I'm going back.
Yeah, no, I'd be like, okay, you know, maybe let's come back tomorrow. Perhaps the creepy cultic Wicca meeting is going to be over at that point, and this won't be as terrifying because I kind of feel like they're going to try to sacrifice us or something.
Yeah, I thought that's what's kind of where we're going actually. Like, the lady was on like in the club. Now she's down here. She's have this fixation on Benji. I was like, oh fuck, something. She's gonna fuck some shit up. But they all seem rather cool about this in a way. I could fix her.
You just can't tell French women apart. That's a completely different, huge-eyed girl.
Oh,
good one, Anna.
Damn it! I guess I'm just racist after all. Damn you, German ancestry. Hey, sorry, I'm just a tourist and took a wrong turn looking for the toilets. I'll see myself out. Yeah. So next up, apparently they need to go through this little crawly space full of bones. And all of them are like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, and this is, I guess, a point of, hold up, which one of these is the cursed path?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've got the narrow crawl space filled with sharp bones that you're saying, hey, you got to make sure you keep your hands up and only crawl with your elbows, like, that are covered with sleeves so that you don't get cut by the bones. Or this pathway that can save us time. Yeah. The guy's like, oh no, that's the bad one.
That's the evil route.
Evil place.
Because God is like, hey, we can just go here. Like, this is going to save us, like, hours, actually. So let's just go through there. It's like, no. We're not going here. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Oh, well, I was going to say, I had almost a bigger problem with that because I'm like, wait, hold on. Aren't you down there specifically because she told you there's a very significant place filled with treasure in this place that you have not been? And he's like, I've not been down there. It's like, okay, yeah. Well, maybe that's the way we should go.
From what I understand, he knows like the way that's close to it, and this would be a more direct route. Mm. But because that's the evil one, they need to go the long route or something. At least that's how I understood it.
Well, just if I were her trying to be like, hey, we're looking to get a relic that potentially has supernatural powers. So maybe the one that people have been convinced to never go down because it's the evil place. That might be where we need to go.
Yeah, maybe we actually.
Are there any other supernatural hotspots down here? Like, if we're looking for the good one that can cure all wounds and grant eternal life and create gold out of nothing, and that's the bad place, is there a neutral supernatural place too?
Yeah.
Gray morality one? Like, what are we talking about here? There's probably just the one supernatural hotspot around the place.
And we soon learn that the way there is not the problem at all. Because they start going through the bony hole. Oh, wait, actually, they also tell us about La Toupe, which means the mole, was a friend of theirs, which got lost in there 2 years ago. Apparently, he lived down here for years. I'm not sure if they meant this literally, or he was just down here a lot and checked it out.
Was lost years ago, I think, is...
Yeah, they say I think they say 2 years specifically later on at some point.
Mole, all I could think of was the mole from South Park, the movie. It's like, I got grounded for talking shit about God. What did you say about God? Because God hates me, so I called him a cocksucking asshole.
So
also, like, a French person who goes through caves.
No, La Toupe. It's like, well, he knew every corridor like the back of his hand, but not this one. But one day he had to know what's in there, and he never came back. And at some point, they decide to crawl through the bone hole. The bone hole, He-Man! Go through it! Oh, that didn't have like this doesn't have like the power normally. I'm a bit tired. I did Skeletor dirty here. I'm sorry.
Poor Skeletor. The one thing that I found strange, though, is that it seems that you probably could have been more convincing as the guy who knows the catacombs like the back of your hand. That instead of saying, no, that's the way that no one goes, ominously, and then said, oh, well, do you know these caves? Do you know which ones are caved in? Do you know which ones are filled with water and flooded out? He could have just said, no, like we blocked that one up because it's flooded out. So
Yeah.
you'll get 10 feet down that way and then it'll be nothing but water and you're not going to be able to swim through it.
Yeah.
Like just lie. In that case, just lie and you would have gotten no pushback.
Yep. So yeah, they start going through that. Benji does get stuck, and it's like it kind of looks like one of these cave diving videos where someone gets stuck and kind of freaks out or something when they don't know what to do in these kinds of cases. Like he's just hyperventilating. He's like, something is biting me. He can still hear the chanting in the background. Like he's not doing great. That's what. And at like a minute in, they start hearing cracking in the walls. It's like, oh fuck, I think it's actually collapsing. So he kind of wiggles himself free. They make their way to the other side, and the way is blocked off. It's collapsed. That's bad times.
Very bad. But at the very least, now there's a good reason as to why none of these people are just being like, okay, fuck it, I'm out.
Well, now they can't. Now their only way is forward.
Well, that's what I meant. They're like actually trapped. Whereas when I saw, like, if they ran into the cult witch ladies at this point, I think I would be more okay with just being like, yeah, let's just keep moving. But prior to it, I'd be like, okay, let's not. We have no idea what these people want.
Oh, don't go that way. That's the part of the cave full of velociraptors with syphilis.
It's like you survived the velociraptors, but you're not going to survive the syphilis.
What they quickly realize is they look around. It's like, wait, we're like in the exact same room, but it's kind of mirrored. That's odd. And they kind of all look at Papillon. It's like, hey, did we go in a fucking circle? What is going on? It's like, no, I swear, this is like a straight thing. Like this has no turns or anything. This should go somewhere else. I legitimately don't understand. So they start kicking in the bad hole, I guess you'd like to call it.
I do like, though, that he pulled out the map, too. And he's like, no, look. Like, this path is the one we took. It is straight. It does not turn. We just got out the other side of it and then ended up in the same room.
Yeah. So yeah, they start going inside of there. And the first thing they see is a classic Pep graffiti. And they look at him, and he looks like genuinely distressed. Like, no, I've never been in here. Like, honestly. So yeah, a little bit of tension, I guess. And then a phone rings, which is rather odd, you could say. Yeah. And it's like, wait, this telephone's down here. It's like, no, there shouldn't be. There was. The phone companies, they used this at some point, but it was like 50 years ago, and they ripped everything out, so that's kind of impossible. I don't know why this would be. And then they see a thing on the wall, which is right here. The Barrière d'Enfer. I'm sure I said that not correctly. And, well, this is yeah, and this is the spot he was talking about where things collapsed and people died. And Papillon even adds that, and they sent some people to save them, and 50 more people got lost and never came back. It's like, oh, that's not good. That's no good.
Yeah. And did they die from accidents, or did they get pulled into hell and not understand the way out because they didn't have a Lara Croft with them? That'll be in the prequel, everybody. I'm kidding.
Sorry, this is just completely off topic. My dad just messaged me. He's like, Oh, I watched MMA tonight on Netflix, the Ronda Rousey fight. It was 17 seconds long, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, like that is a bit of a shame for Gina Carano because no,
uh,
really hard for that. But at the same time, Ronda Rousey is like spectacularly good at grappling, so it's not really all that surprising.
oh, it's like one of these things that there's always like, I guess, a risk if you're a fan of MMA or boxing. Like you want to watch the main event and then Mike Tyson just knocks him out in like 2 seconds. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I guess I'll go home then.
Well, and I think the funny thing is I've seen a lot of people being like, yeah, this was totally a scripted fight. And I was just like, if it was a scripted fight, don't you think they would not have it be ended in 17 seconds with an armbar?
Yeah.
I mean, like yeah, I guess I mean, unless they just paid Gina Carano way more to take a dive, but I don't think that's how it went down. Like, Ronda Rousey is a really good grappler, and Gina Carano, at least historically, was better at striking. But
Mm.
if like if the grappler gets you to the ground, I'm sorry, game over. Like it's not really even her fault. It's like you can train actually in like jujitsu for a very, very long time and get quite good at it. But when you go against someone who is like one of the best in the world, at least in her class, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, well, even if you're a black belt, you might still be fucked.
Yeah. Funny enough, that's like a big thing in Baki the Grappler, where they have like all these martial arts champions go against like a street fighter, and then they just get kicked in the nuts and lose because like they're not used to that stuff, which I always found amusing about Baki. It's like, yeah, this is like a fight. This is not a competition. I'm gonna throw sand in your eyes and shit like this to torture you.
Yeah, I just noticed Aaron though said like Gina Carano isn't a noob to lose like that. Like it might not matter like when it comes to grappling. Like if a strong grappler gets you to the ground, they will probably just be able to tap you out in a couple seconds. It's if your thing is kicking and punching and you're on the ground, it's very difficult to kick and punch effectively on the
Mm.
ground. And when someone has you in an armbar, you can try to escape it, and if you're decent at it you might be able to, but like I mean there's been situations where me with one leg has tapped out a like paratrooper that's like 10 years younger than me who's more experienced at jiu-jitsu than I am, just because I caught him in an armbar and that
Mm.
was it. There's just not a whole lot you can do. It's either you tap or you let your elbow get cracked through your arm, you know.
Yeah. Where were we? Oh yeah, the phone was ringing, and they were kind of confused by that. They kind of start exploring a bit more, and they find a random dusty piano.
Yeah.
And George's like, "Hey, this kind of looks like the one we had at home. I was doing a song there, but I couldn't never finish it because one of these keys is fucked up." And he starts kind of playing like a little tune, and the same key is fucked up. And he's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" So yeah, the craziness the is happening.
Yeah, and like I think at this point it should be abundantly clear to them that there are supernatural things occurring. Especially when it was like, "Hey, I used to play this one song with my brother, but we could never finish the song because this one key was always fucked and like my parents never fixed it." And then he starts playing it and it's that same key.
Yeah,
That it's like
it's like, okay, something is really odd here.
fucking coincidence. Not only did this look like my childhood piano, but it has the exact same broken key.
Yeah,
Also, that phone is ringing.
yeah. The phone is ringing again, and then Scott's like, "Well, fuck it, I'm just gonna run towards it." It's like, "All right," uh, and then she gets to the phone, picks it up, and there's just a weird distorted voice like, "Why don't you want to talk with me?" And it's supposed to be her dad, essentially, because she did not pick up the phone back then. Ooh, spooky. Uh, and if that's not crazy enough, all of a sudden, Latoop appears. He's like, "Hello."
Yeah, yeah. And could he be creepier? I was saying though, I didn't realize I was muted that
Oh, okay.
in that situation, like with the phone and the creepy voice, would you hang up that quickly?
Probably not.
Yeah, because I'd want to be like, hey, wait, can we like here? You listen to what's being said over here. Are you hearing anything?
Yeah,
Like,
because
let's try to figure
if
out the
it would have
rules.
started to go like, I was like, okay, yeah, okay, this is fucked. Yeah, but it's just a little distorted voice, which could be just old phone lines, if it is a phone line still, right? But yeah, I know what you mean. Seems like you could have tried a bit more.
Are we doing a purgatory arc before the backrooms? I mean, I guess apparently it'll at least be this movie and then backrooms. Not back to back though.
So yeah, Latoub is here, the mole, and Puppy was like, "I thought you were dead," and he points out like, "You never even came to look for me." I was like, "Oh, that's rude," and yeah, it's like, "Oh, I guess that's their guild thing that's happening," but apparently this will only really apply to Susie,
Yeah.
which I
Which
found
kind of makes me think that maybe he and Susie were an item. And
maybe.
perhaps the "you never came to look for me" was him talking to her specifically and not to Papillon as well. Or the
Maybe,
other guy. The guy's
maybe,
name
yeah.
Zed.
Zed, yeah.
Zed's dead, baby.
League of Legends
Zed's
champion Zed.
dead. I just think Zed. Pulp Fiction.
Um, but he says like, "Oh, you want to go out? Follow me. Come." He's definitely not talking normally. He's talking very weirdly, and he's doing some weird shit because he's like, "Oh, follow me." And they turn the corner, and he's like all the way back already. Like he teleported back there, and it's like, wait, that's weird. They even point that out. So all kinds of shenanigans starting to happen now. Like the ceiling is starting to crack. Sorry?
It's lag. His connection's bad. He lagged.
Oh, okay. Hilarious, by the way. George asking if it's bad that the ceiling is currently cracking quickly.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's not good. Clearly, that crack wasn't there a minute ago. It's not like that's a thing that happens all the time in here.
Yeah.
That's not how cracks in cave ceilings work.
They eventually catch up to Latoub, and he's like, "Only way out is down." And they find some kind of hole, which almost looks like a well in a way, the way it's shaped. But yeah, it's a rather deep hole that they now have to go down into because, well, they have no other way. They do check the depth of the hole with a stone. Just listen to it, and it's like, oh, that's deep. But they have all kinds of equipment, so they start rappelling down.
She has to go to the underworld to save her father, eh? I so often get to use that. It happens so much in stuff we cover.
So we are now. I think this is George's point of view. He's like kind of a little bit stuck in the middle. He's like, "Oh, hang on, my harness is a little bit fucked." And they says like, "Hey, Benji, you can start going down. I'm like halfway through. It's all good." But unfortunately, Benji's clip seems to break, and he starts sliding down rather quickly. And they remember that this hurts your hands. Imagine my surprise.
I mean, if you're doing anything where you have harnesses and rope, and you can imagine there's a point that you might have to rappel and
Yeah, probably
climb.
want some gloves.
Gloves, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was like, oh well, I mean, that sucks that that happened to you, Benji, but it's insane that you all didn't have gloves for this.
Yeah, that's a very fair point.
And they weren't. It's not like they were blowing this cave system up the next day, like the cave in Iran. Like, I mean, you could have been like, okay, let's take a day.
Yeah.
Let's go to the mountain equipment store. Let's get some supplies. Make sure that we're good to go here.
Yeah.
Helmets also would have been a good idea.
That
Probably
reminds
would have
me,
been
I need to take
in the
gloves
movie.
to the gym now. The weights are getting heavier and the calluses are getting nastier.
Yeah, and you like some people are like, oh, you should never wear gloves. It'll just stop you from developing your calluses. But like as you get to a certain weight level, it's like it's better to know that you're not going to drop the weight and stop stop being able to perform your workout because your hands are hurting, the skin on your hands is hurting.
Also, I don't really care to have calluses on my palms. Um,
Oh, easy there, Mr. Royalty.
yeah.
Your Highness.
I'm gonna need to still sell my hand pictures because currently it's feet, but soon hands are the next one.
Yeah.
Um,
Hands are going to be the new meta.
the new,
That's how men can get into it.
yeah. Um. So do. Wait, where are we? Oh yeah, they're rappelling down. Benji just kind of starts sliding down. He gets stopped by George, who is still hanging there, and they make their way down after this. They bandage Benji's hands. It's not great. She says, Scarlett says to her, "Was like, oh, if you need them changed, let me know. I'll change them." And they go through more cave. There's water on the bottom. George kind of like slips into it, and then some weird sound stuff happens where it sounds like they're underwater, and weird yelling starts to happen as some reference to Dante's Inferno, maybe river Styx or something. But then later on, they go through water, which also sounds like there's souls in there. I think the one video I watched that was talking about this could reference like the howling of Cerberus or something, or like some other creature that's supposed to guard this circle of hell or something. I'm not sure. Okay, it's just spooky noise. German yodeling. Yeah,
I think I'd have to do more research to catch the specific references and allusions and stuff. But
Yeah.
I think it's pretty clear that this is supposed to be like a river of souls kind of thing. And yeah,
Yeah, something like that.
Contains some souls for sure that we see.
A couple of millions, yeah. Couple of million. Yeah, that happens. Then that stops, and they keep following Latoupe. And George's like, should we follow him? And Papillon's like, I don't know, he's different. That's pretty much what he says.
Yeah, I think if I were Papillon and Susie and Zed, I probably would have made more of an effort to speak to Latoupe more before they went anywhere. Like, be like, hey, wait, no, like, how have you been surviving down here?
Yeah.
Like, if you've been trapped, do you have food? Where do you sleep? Where do you poop? Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, like I don't think he would have like any answers for it. And I think what you can learn from that, though, the lack of answers, is okay. There's something supernatural going on, and he probably isn't actually Latoupe, because we're dealing with an entity here, and it might be trying to trick us.
Yeah.
Maybe I've just seen enough horror movies, but
I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier with the whole sound underwater. There's like a second where you can see George's brother. So maybe this was just a thing because of George, because of the water and the brother drowning or something. That could also be a thing. I don't know, just came to mind.
Scarlett does have to deal with it alone later, though.
That's true, actually. Oh, well. That's what I mean. There's so many things. There's like, yeah, okay, I think that could mean something. And then I just got frustrated with the movie.
Yeah, I was along for the ride. I did think some things were stupid, as I've been pointing out, but yeah, for the most part, I enjoyed this.
Because, yeah, by the way, we haven't really done anything spooky now for, hang on, let me see. The phone was there for a couple of minutes because
Yeah, it was only a couple minutes ago.
I think I was thinking about a different
And
thing.
well, and Benji falling.
Well, I was talking. I was like, we more we're kind of doing just now the cave exploration. I think it's gonna be a little bit until we get like more spooky stuff. What I mean,
Like supernatural
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they get to a dead end. It's like, hey, I thought this was the way, mole man. He's like, I also thought this was the way. But then George finds what was it, like an eagle or some raven, falcon.
No, it's a vulture.
Vulture,
right?
yeah. And it's like,
Carrion.
oh, the vulture leads the way, and the vulture is like pointing to the right. And then they found a what's that fucking bug called?
Scarab.
Scarab. almost said Cerberus again. It's like, no, that's not a three-headed dog there. That's a bug.
Those big Egyptian beetles.
Yeah. And it's like, hey, doesn't this mean they have like some tombs here that they hide with their weird Ptolemaic hinges? Which basically means if you don't pull out the correct stone, everything just fucking collapses and you die, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a safety mechanism.
Which, man, yeah, it's a permadeath puzzle here.
Yeah.
Like, well, one chance, you better be right.
So they start doing a little puzzling. They're thinking about the. So I didn't write it down. They were looking at like some heaven's rain, and then they think about the planets. Like, oh wait, it could be 8 planets, but no, 2 of them haven't been discovered yet. So it's 6 or 7. I don't know what the numbers were. It's 6. It just said it here.
The Earth doesn't count because they didn't think of the Earth as a planet.
Yeah.
Like Earth, just where we are, but the moon and the sun both count as planets.
Yeah. So they count the stones, get it out, and they got the correct one. Didn't do.
Yeah, like a little Indiana Jones door puzzle thing. The opening
even has like a little slidey door behind it that goes to the left. It's like, wee.
But yeah, like as we were talking about towards the beginning of the museum puzzle, this one, it does seem like they at least put some thought into making it clear that George and Scarlett have skills that make them uniquely suited to survive this situation. Which is why it was a bit weird that on some of the puzzles they just kind of said like, whatever. Like,
no.
741 feet down, sure. So let's not think about the units of measurement.
But the planets, I think of those.
Yeah.
Anyway, they climbed their way inside of here, and they find a corpse of what seems to be like a Templar or something. But he's not decomposed, even though he's been lying here for like 700 years, which I'm sure means something. It also says
Holy Grail.
It also says vitriol on the wall. Rectify something to find the stone, the hidden stone.
Yeah, it's the steps of alchemy. I think vitriol is the acronym for it. I think you can probably bring it up in the subtitles because they do say it, though. I think my dog might be on my phone. Otherwise, I'd look it up.
Well, the thing is, the subtitles don't say it because she only reads out the Latin one. But then he says, "Visit the interior parts of the earth by rectification. Thou shalt find the stone, find the hidden stone." Yeah. I wonder if this is going to be relevant at the end.
I feel like it might be.
Hi,
Jojo. I've got a puppy in front of my microphone.
And they are currently looking more through here, and it's like, wait, it talks about like brightest light at the darkest day. Everyone, turn off your lights. And they find a little light source on the floor, which is underwater. It's a little crawly space with water in it. And she opens well, it's not a door, it's just a pile of rocks that she loosens up, and she immediately is like, I'm going through, fuck you guys. It's like, oh, okay. Again, reckless, as she has been established. Like, she doesn't know.
Reckless, yes, but I think if you're trapped in a cave and you see light underneath water, I would take the chance at least.
Oh yeah, she just does like this. That's what I mean. Like she doesn't hesitate at all or think about how far it might be. It's just like, yeah, let's fucking go.
Jojo, sorry, I'm getting puppy kisses. Jojo, you're a good girl.
So yeah, she tells them, it's like, well, it's fine. You can go through here, and then they come out there. And it's like, dude, it's real. I found it. We found the tablet that has the Philosopher's Stone. Also, there's a shit ton of treasure here. Mm-hmm. And everybody's
now, considering the Ptolemaic hinge, I maybe would have said, wait, hold up.
Yeah.
Don't touch anything yet. We're in an environment where traps have been placed.
Yep.
Let's take a second and make sure that there's no traps in here before we start touching anything.
That would be very
That,
smart, yeah.
yeah.
Really don't want the whole fucking place to collapse where we are here right now. Yeah, she kind of looks at the thing. She talks about the earth and sky god, how they were madly in love, and she poops out a baby every day, which is the sun, and then she eats the baby, and they're only allowed to touch on the soles and palms of their hands. I don't think that has anything to do with what we're doing in the conclusion here. I think they just explain what the thing means because they're still doing a documentary. I think it's just to keep in story with filming all of this. But then there's like a big red stone.
Explaining it to everyone else, so that I think like if I were her, knowing that all the people around me don't have this context,
Oh yeah.
I would probably want to explain it to them before I start doing stuff. But at the same time, even then, I would have said, "Hey, this is possibly another puzzle,
Yeah.
so let's not touch anything until I can think this through and figure this puzzle out." Because the last puzzle that I successfully completed and we all did not die might have caved in the entire thing and killed us. So.
Yep. Well, she does get out the what she thinks is the Philosopher's Stone. And in the background, you can hear them trying to open the door. And she's like, kind of smart to put the stone right next to treasures you would never miss. And they're just like, oh shit, guys, trap. But then it's already too late. They rip out the door. Which, by the way, is funny. That I don't think you ever see them try to just open it like a normal person. They really go like, "Fucking rip it out," and then the whole fucking thing collapses.
Or just reach their hand through and grab some of it.
Yeah.
Also, the amount of treasure in there, I don't think you're carrying that out with.
No, especially
with the amount of
without
and backpacks that you have.
You don't even know how far you need to go yet.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it would be a dumb idea to start like dishing your water.
Yep. Latoupe is still hanging around here, but he now gets crushed by the earth that's falling on him. Also, Susie the Banshee, she gets injured. But lucky for us, we now have the Philosopher's Stone, which Scarlet uses to heal her arm. Which for her is like, dude, it's the real one. That's insane.
I mean, yeah, for it not being the real one, sure is lucky that it worked.
Yeah, apparently this is... I think this is a reference as well, where the fake one only works once, like a fake Philosopher's Stone or something. I don't know, though.
That is also a thing in Full Metal Alchemist.
No, see? Maybe that's maybe that's where I knew it from. Maybe that's what I remembered in my brain.
Yeah, it's not that like it works once, but it just it's what would be the word for it?
One-time use.
It's a consumable as opposed to like a inventory item. Like sorry, it's a consumable item. It's not gear.
Yeah, a one-time consumable. Yeah, her arm is fine. It's like, yeah, this is the proper stone. And now they're like, well, fucking look around, look for anything. And then she finds the symbol, a mural on the wall that describes the as above, as below. Which essentially just leads them to the clue that if there's a door on the ceiling of this thing, there's probably also a door on the bottom, on the floor. And they start caving in the floor, and there's a way through there. Hooray! We are not trapped for now. Time to rewatch FMA again, I guess. I haven't seen it in a while.
At least FMA Brotherhood. And the manga. Read the manga, it's good. But yeah, I think that this comes up often in fiction based around the concepts of alchemy and the alchemy's relation to stuff like psychological exploration, in that in order to reach the light, you need to voluntarily go through the darkness. So the idea that in order to get up, we need to go down and like brave the dangers that are down in order to reach the light. It's title of the movie even.
Yeah. She dropped the title here earlier as well. Above as below. And everyone was like, yo! And I clapped.
Oh my God, he said the thing.
Is that the
What
thing?
was that? I think it was a Family Guy joke. It was like, in order to solve this crisis, I've decided to become Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
uh, so yeah, she starts crawling down, finds a passage, tells everybody, yeah, we can go through down here. And there is a thing they can crawl through that has an inscription above it. And this inscription is not ominous at all. It says, abandon all hope, ye who enter here. And they look at each other like, oh.
Also, after they go down this well, you could say
Yeah.
this pit that they go into looks like an esophagus. Like it looks like kind of like the inside of a throat, which
Yep.
kind of creepy.
And she points out, according to mythology, that's the inscription over the gates of hell. And then, well, because they don't have anywhere else to go, they start crawling through it. I like how Papillon's like, I'm not going in there.
Yeah, I mean,
Which, yeah, I get it, but well, don't really have another
you got it,
choice.
but I guess that's the thing though, that like if you do have, I guess, some knowledge of how like the alchemic quest
Mm,
works, the idea it's like, okay, not going back is actually what's going to make it so that you're in darkness forever. Whereas if you brave the darkness and go through it, that's how you can actually reach enlightenment, you know?
yeah. And then she also says, like, and they shall be made to crawl on their bellies to enter the kingdom of darkness. Because they have to crawl through there. And I like George's like, yeah, that occurred to me too. Yeah,
That was nice. Like George is kind of like kind of reminding the audience, it's like, you know, he's a scholar as well. So
mm-hmm. So they crawl through there, and they end up in another mirrored room. And it's like, wow, that's the same room. It's like, no, it's mirrored, or upside down even. Like the mural is upside down. And now they have like nowhere else to go but forward. Because
the only way out is through.
the entrance is locked off that they used on the other side. And Bobby was like, are we dead? It's like, no, we're not dead. So they go through the water. There's all kinds of spooky noises, which I know this is also where I thought about the river Styx because of all the noises and stuff you can hear. And
I will say though, on the question of are we dead, I'm not even sure that I would confidently say no.
yeah, like
I feel like I don't think so. Like I'm fairly certain we are not,
yeah,
but I guess either way, we need to go through this adventure in order to either reach the gates of heaven or get back to humanity.
yeah, yep. Uh, they reach the other side. It's like, oh, is everyone okay? Apparently the lights have gone out a little bit, and they hear some spooky noise. It's like, get the camera, put the light on there, and it's Latube. He's just chilling there. Also, because this is now mirrored, I guess the Templar corpse is now a bit not a bit. He is decomposed. That probably means something. Mirrored, hell, bad. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the dark dimension now.
Yes. And Latube was just kind of sitting there, and the only one who's going towards him is Susie. And she keeps going, even though he's like kind of lashing out. And
I
ends,
want to kept my distance.
yeah, but she goes back in there, and it ends up him grabbing her viciously, smashing her to the ground, caving her head in. And now she's dead.
Yeah, and this is the first of a couple moments of having to confront your demons, your trauma, your psychological challenge, whatever it is, where I'm not sure what she was supposed to do here.
Yes, exactly. That's a problem with a couple of them.
Yeah,
Because the whole thing at the end at the end is gonna be face your guilt or whatever, something along those lines. But here's like she's checking on him. It's like, hey, are you okay? And then she just gets killed. I was like,
yeah,
oh,
and I'm less okay with this one than I am with the next one, and I'll explain why. That there's maybe a little bit of a reason why that one backfired on the person, but we'll
Mm.
get there. Here, though, it's just like, no, she was checking on him. She was actually doing they were to assume that he got lost in the catacombs and she just never went to go look for him, and she might have been able to save him. Or she's always thought that had I just gone to the forbidden corridor and found him, then he'd still be here. She was checking on him, and then he violently beat her to death.
Yeah.
She was doing the thing that she might have regretted that she was not doing, and it did result in her getting viciously murdered.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would have worked on this one a little bit, writers.
Yeah. The one of the videos I watched on that was kind of like trying to tie this to the seventh circle of hell, apparently, which would be in that case sins against thy neighbor or something.
I got to read Dante's Inferno again before I watch another one of these movies. Apparently.
I mean, some of the connections I can see, but some of them were so vague. Like, one of them was literally like, oh, this could be this one because there was some scribbles on the wall. Anyway, moving on. And some of them, they even say, it's like, oh yeah, they just skipped to circle number 4 or something.
Yeah, and part of it is the person analyzing its knowledge of both the source material and the film, but I think also the bigger part of it is just like, well, okay, like how well did the people writing the movie really
That's
know,
the thing when I was watching them, it's like, okay, I see what you see, I understand, but man, that's thin.
Yeah, like did the people, and like, I mean, that's not to say that they didn't know all those things and then just decide, okay, but we're only going to do the first, third, fifth, and seventh circle of hell. We're not going to do like some of the ones in between. But I think if you were like, no, this one is definitely the fourth because there was a scribble on the wall, I feel like the writer might be like, yeah, totally.
Also, the thing is, I don't care about this character. Like, she's talked like 3 times in this whole movie, and none of it was of any substance. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's her and Zed are kind of nothing characters.
Yeah.
And Papillon's not really got too much more to him.
No.
Or Benji, for that matter. Like, I mean, really, it's just the 2 characters that have any substance.
Yeah. And then we just get like small things because they keep going. It's like, hey, we have to keep going. She actually tries to heal her with the stone, but she's like, oh, I can't bring back the dead. She's already dead. So she hasn't figured out yet that that is a fake one. They go further. There's like a rope Scarlet sees, which reminds her of the dad, of course. And oh god, we get to Benji's death now. That one is so fucking funny and stupid.
Yeah,
so
and this is the one that.
Let me
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, let me just lie it out real quick. They find another well, where they say, oh, if we go down here, this is gonna put us down about 1,000 feet now. It's like, okay, I guess you've been keeping track. That's whatever. So everybody's is rappelling down, and the last one is Benji, who I guess is hesitating because last time he did this, his hand got fucked. So he's up there, he's ready, but then he hears like some baby noises and some things. You actually see the weird lady in the background here. She kind of walks past, which this is like one of these things that's just purely for the audience. I feel like, or he heard the steps and it's like, was there something here? Is someone there? And then he grabs the camera, he just puts it around. And when he started doing that, POV is like, oh, there's a jump scare coming, like 100%. And he's just going to fall down. And I'm going to try to put it on screen. So there you go. I'm trying to, oh god, it's all like, I'm trying to get one that's like not.
I thought you had a couple solid ones there.
But
anyways, I guess while you're finding the frame, though, I'll kind of explain why I thought that this scene was close to being quite an effective and good scare, because I was pleasantly surprised by when you see her walk in the background, it's not accompanied by a big sound. That, like, it's just they let it just be quiet and you just see her walking in the background and it's creepy. And honestly, I think that if they removed the jump element of this scare and just had it basically be silent,
Yeah.
like, or not silent, but like just the sound of her running up to him and pushing him. I think it would have been significantly more effective than big loud sound, be jump
Yeah.
scared, it's scary. It's like you don't need that. It's
Nope.
creepier when you don't have the big loud, let's shock the audience's nervous system sound.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what do you call this when it's diegetic noise? When the
Non-diegetic. Yeah.
non-diet.
Diegetic. Yeah, diegetic is things that exist within the movie's world
Yeah,
that like the
that's what I was.
characters
Yeah,
would.
okay, I
Yeah.
should have rephrased it. I meant what the good thing is doing it diegetically.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah.
and I think a lot of horror directors, producers, editors, whoever decides, okay, let's add a big sound in there, they think, oh, because that'll make it way scarier and everyone's going to jump and people are going to scream in the theater. And I was just like, yeah, but like, it's just,
That
there's so much, it's so much more chilling when it's just like the sound that the person would be hearing.
yeah.
Like it, and it's more effective, and I thought I thought they were going to do that because I was like, oh, they had her walk in the background without like
No.
a lame ass sound, but no, no. Then they do the sound, and I was like, oh,
Um. So yeah, he gets big spooked, and he falls backwards and plunges onto the ground.
sorry, just skeptical Buckingham Bear. The shock value resides in the lady and potentially the baby being French rather than the loud sounds.
It's like, oh god, French people. Um.
Benji abandoned the baby out of fear of the child inheriting her freakishly massive eyes.
So yeah, that's like a theory though I've seen without the eye thing, that people think maybe he abandoned a wife and child to go overseas to do this documentary and hopefully get some wealth out of it. So prioritizing his career over the potential family he has somewhere. That's the
Yeah, I
theory
think
people have. I was like, I couldn't come up with anything better. It's thin one way or another because all I see is some weird lady walking around. But then again, now I'm thinking, was this fucking cult even real that they saw, or is that also already part of the hell trip? Because she was in there as well.
yeah,
It just gets very
and I think that,
confusing.
that stuff's unclear, but I think that like Benji's it's very thin, so you could think of a bunch of different things that it could be. It could be something as simple as like he got a girl pregnant, she wanted to keep the baby and he made her abort it, or he killed her. If you want to make Benji a more sinister character, he killed her and her baby because he
Yeah.
didn't want to be a father. But clearly he has some guilt about a woman that at least looked like her, if not exactly like her, and
Mm-hmm.
was pregnant or had a child that he did something he regrets with.
Yeah. And also, you see him fall down and he just flops on the floor. That's another thing that made me laugh because it was such a boom.
Mhm.
Also, it's just such a lame way to die. Big jump scare. He falls backwards and just breaks his neck, essentially. I found it incredibly lame.
Yeah, like I mean, even Anna says there, like the onus is on you, the audience, to do the writer's heavy lifting.
Yeah.
It's like that, and that's the problem within a horror movie when you want to make things mysterious and abstract. If you don't give enough information to make the picture clear, if you think about it, then ultimately it's like all I can do is guess. Because like you could have given me more information, even in subtle sort of what would be the word, abstract ways, that if you thought about it a bit more, you could clearly see the picture. Like you don't necessarily have to do a flashback. You
Mm.
don't necessarily have to do a scene where he's like, man, I left that girl with that baby alone, man. I'm terrible. I really regret it. But with the amount of information we're given on Benji, it's really hard to say he's anything but a character who is there to say a couple lines and then die.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, another problem that I was just thinking of. If the whole point is of this travel through hell or this hellscape to face your guilt, I don't think it's fair that he just gets jump scared and
I'm scared
just has a
though, damn.
bodily reaction and then falls down a hole. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do? Like, just kind of reminds me of fucking Final Destination when Death is just kind of fucking around with all these weird contraptions. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, just a fake out. Oh, it's not just a fake out. Well, here's just like you just get fucked over by a jump scare.
Yeah, and like I think that again, like taking the jump scare out and making that his vision or experience a more subtle thing that was less high impact, loud jump scare, and more just what
Mm,
if it was just the woman started walking towards him with the baby,
yeah,
and he had the choice to either go to her and apologize, but instead he like backs up and falls down the hole.
yeah.
I
Because
mean
we don't
that
even know
that
what
would
his
make it
reaction would have.
actually
We don't know what his reaction would have been because he just got spooked and fell
yeah.
down. That's just,
His subconscious killed him by startling him.
yeah. Damn you, buddy! Just dies. Yeah, and also again, I just don't care about this character enough that the death would be like, oh no, I'm so sad he's died. The
Mhm.
cameraman. Oh no. Oh no, Susie, the banshee. She was my favorite character.
She was named after a band I like.
Yeah. They crawl more through hell. George sees his brother drowning under some bones, but they realize it's fake. But the thing is, I don't think George could have done anything that would have killed him here anyway. Like, maybe he would have bashed his head against the floor or something. By the way,
Or it could,
Zed is currently the cameraman, essentially. When they're not using the head cam, it's kind of just Zed doing the.
and yeah, that's the thing. It's like I think they probably should have diegetically. They should have probably just switched to only GoPros now because I'd be like, okay, why are we carrying the camera?
Yeah.
I want the footage. Okay, we're gonna grab the memory card or tape, depending on I guess 2014, probably a memory card. We'll
Mm-hmm.
grab the memory card out of it. We'll buy a new camera if we ever get out of here. But other than that, we should probably travel light.
Yep.
But I think that I was given the impression, and I think at least reasonably, that if he went into the puddle, he would have like got pulled in there and drowned because
Yeah, something like
as we
that.
see soon, the laws of physics as to what is the ground and what is not are malleable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I
Must
guess the
dot.
idea being that if it's like if he went into the water to try to save his brother who was already dead and drowned, if he drowned too, that would have been the thing that killed him. Whereas he's
Yeah.
got to just, I'm sorry and I'm like I regret it, but there's nothing I can do. I just have to move on, and I wish I could have saved you, but I couldn't, and that's the guilt that he has to deal with.
Um, pardon me. They just walk further. It's just all paranormal stuff now. Again, we're just going through all the crazy thingies. George is wondering why he is here or what is even happening. Obviously, nobody really knows what exactly is going on. And then they see some fire, and now it's time for Papillon's thingy. Uh,
Yeah, and
so
I can explain why I found this one to be less of an unwinnable situation than Benji and Susie, as
I mean, yeah, I
we
mean here. So essentially, what's happening? There's a car that is on fire. There's the guy who sent them to Papillon inside the thing, burning alive.
Mhm.
And Papillon's reaction is, "It wasn't my fault."
Yeah, that's
And
the thing. He's not accepting responsibility
yeah,
because it likely him who was driving when this happened.
yeah, driving or what I've also heard that he maybe set a thing like a car on fire, which I found a weird thing to say. I don't know why you would come to that conclusion that he set a car on fire and didn't notice a guy in the back.
Well, I mean, I guess he does have smoke bombs on hand, but I guess there are protests in France that go a little wild, and he does seem like the kind of guy that might be protesting things. So maybe it's that, but I think the easier bet is just like he was driving, maybe he was drunk or something like that, got in a car accident, his friend was trapped in the back, the car was on fire, and he
Mm,
just ran away and was like, oh man, yeah, that accident was bad and it sucked, but it wasn't my fault. You know, these things happen. Whereas it's like, oh no, maybe if you actually did have some responsibility, then the correct thing to do would be to accept that responsibility and apologize, you know.
yeah. But yeah, he gets sucked into the car by some force, some supernatural force, and then also by the guy. They try to save him, but no bueno. the
He's nothing but legs.
the car fucking implodes, and he's now upside down in the dirt with his bare feet out.
Yeah, which I gotta say, creepy image, and I do think it made it more effective than if the car was just gone.
I laughed.
I mean,
Because there was, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect this to appear on my screen.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
But this is a. I think I'm pretty sure this is another Dante's Inferno thing. Like in one of the circuits of hell, people are buried upside down with their souls out, and also the souls are getting like burnt from the top. So it's like another torture method in hell or something. But I was laughing because I didn't expect that. And I wasn't aware of the imagery.
Now I have to worry about if every time I have phantom pain, it's because my one leg is upside down, burning in hell. I do my best to take responsibility for my actions. I've made some mistakes.
But yeah, they tried to pull him out. Obviously, that's not going to do any good. And yeah, GG Papillon.
Indeed. Now we have only the main characters left, apparently.
Main characters on Zed is also here. He wants to go back to Papillon. It's like, no, we can't save him. Can't do anything.
I was joking about that because of how this ends.
All right. They hear more spooky noises. They go through more creepy halls, and they see some crazy spooky figure, which, I don't know, a demon, could be Satan himself. Who knows at this point? It's some guy crawling or sneaking through the halls, trying to look for things. I'm not sure.
So this one does not seem to in any way be directly connected to Scarlet or George, and we don't get enough of Zed to even know if, I don't know, there was like a creepy priest that haunted him or something like that, because this guy is in a religious garb of sorts.
Yeah.
Very demonic looking religious garb, but it's like black cloak with like a pointy hat, and I don't know. But again, this is another aspect of the movie where it's like, there might be something here, but I need more to really make sense.
That's also just, I just make the connection because I watched those videos about the connection to the Dante's Inferno stuff, so this might be just the lord of this underworld or something, or like Satan himself, or the devil, or whatever you want to call him. But yeah, they run away from the guy. This is where the thing you mentioned earlier is like, where they say, it's like, hey, whatever happens, the week in Turkey was the best week of my life. It's like, yeah, mine too.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, they were in love. Stop it. She just abandoned him in Turkey, and he was like, fuck that.
That bitch. And yeah, also Zed is also here.
You in Turkey's prison? It's not good, I'll tell you
that. Yeah, they go more around. They sneak past the guy who's sitting on a chair right now. Oh god. That's over. Stream's over. Oh fuck.
I'm the host now. Hooray.
Quick, steal the stream key. Right, they go past the guy, and then, oh no, there's some weird stuff on the walls that look like people. Turns out those are wall demons, and they bite George in the neck. Damn, what a shitty thing that's going on. I've seen theorized that some of those might just be biblical figures, even like Cain or something. But I was like, I don't know, that's just I don't know where you're getting this from. It's just wall demons to me. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I only got wall demons. So.
Yeah. But yeah, George gets bit in the neck. She tries the stone again and realizes, wait, shit, this is like not even the real one. And then she remembers, oh no, well, George remembers vitriol. And he's like, oh god, I need to rectify and find the stone, which means I need to go all the way back where it just came from. So, Marc, how likely is it that he survives for that long with that wound when you hold it down?
I mean, it really depends on if there was like an artery cut. Like if it's his carotid artery, he's pretty much fucked.
Hmm.
Um, it also, I don't know if the blood coming out of his mouth is accurate to what the wound is supposed to be. Because he would be bleeding out of his neck, sure, even if it didn't hit his jugular or his carotid artery.
Hmm.
But it coming out of his mouth, like him coughing up blood, it sort of suggests that the wound is deep enough to have penetrated his esophagus, and therefore
That's
blood is
bad.
getting into his airway and he's coughing it up, or into his lungs, like which your neck is not directly connected to your lungs, like
Yeah.
internally. At least you do have to get to an airway in order to have that happen. I think this might just be a moment where coughing up blood is just a general movie language thing for this
Right.
is bad. Um, the amount of blood that like or how quickly he's bleeding does not seem too significant, so it doesn't lead me to believe that a major vessel was hit. At the same time, the size of that wound makes me think it's almost impossible that a major blood vessel wasn't hit.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know. This is again, I think Rocky. Sorry, I'm getting kissed by a chihuahua or a
Hmm.
papillon. As so many people call him. He's a
Hmm.
long-haired chihuahua, though. Yes, I love you too, Rocky. Anyways, though, I think that it more so than the amount of time he'd be alive. If this is supposed to be real-ish time, the speed at which she gets back to where
Is
they were
pretty.
going and then back is astonishing. Like
Yeah.
she developed superpowers here.
Yeah, so yeah, she just starts running back all the way to where she got the first Philosopher's Stone from. And this is where she she runs, and then it's like, wall demon, dodges the first one, and then just fucking smacks the second one onto the floor, which is just hilarious. It's like, fuck that
Yeah, I
shit.
mean, this is where her Krav Maga training comes into
Yeah.
play. And just to answer Megalithon's thing, so the dog breed is named after the French word for butterfly because they've got long hair and their ears kind of look like butterfly wings. But Rocky is actually a long-haired Chihuahua and not a Papillon, even though those are similar looking things. Just like Jojo is a poodle and not a Bichon Frise,
Hmm. Uh,
small dog.
did
Looks
you just
kind of.
strong arm a ghost out of the way?
Oh yeah.
A wall demon. She did that. She's doing that again on the way back, by the way. There's another one she just needs to knock over. Um, yeah, she's literally just walking all the way back, running all the way back through the
And
water
scaled
holes.
scaled
Scaled,
a 100-meter rope, which fucking
yeah,
hell. Like that is a long way to climb up a rope, man.
yeah.
Like,
She also gets grabbed by hands into like a blood thingy, which I'm pretty sure that wasn't there before, but that's just a little thing she needs to do now.
it's the Descent reference. You got to have the pretty lady
Yeah.
totally covered in blood.
She also loses her shoes there, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, that's crawling. She sees her dad hanging from the ceiling, which she doesn't like.
Yeah, and I think like her going right up to it, I think was not a choice I would have made.
No, because she gets the tarp off of his head, and that's just her face on there now. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
spooky.
she got Luke Skywalker in the
Wait,
cave.
there's teeth on the floor. I only now
Is
saw
there?
that. There's teeth and faces on the floor.
Oh yeah, no, I did remember seeing that. I didn't remember to bring that up just there, but yes, I noticed that. Rocky, stop! If you're hearing slurping, it's Rocky licking my face because he's an
Stop it.
affectionate little
Uh,
Rocky.
yeah, now she's going for the water again, makes it to the tablet, and puts the stone back in. By rectification, thou shalt find the hidden stone. And then I don't know why this was the choice. So there's like a little reflective thing. It's like, hey, where's the hidden stone? And she looks at the reflection. It's like, the power is in me now.
Ah, Jojo.
Look, she's currently red like the stone from the blood, I guess. Uh, I don't know why. I don't know why. They just say she has the powers now. But
Sorry, Joe. Kind of going nuts there for a minute. But yeah, I think that's like it is sort of the idea of that, like, once you've gone through the shadow, as it were, and like come to the enlightenment and realize the truth, it's that you're able to just use the power.
The
And
power.
like, I think symbolically it makes some sense. Mechanically, in the context of a movie, it does sort of seem to be the power was inside you all along. But I
Yeah.
think the trick, though, is that she couldn't have just decided, oh, I am the Philosopher's Stone and therefore I can do it. That the important part is having to go through the conflict, like go through this journey.
Yeah.
So it's more that, like, she was given the ability by reaching enlightenment through this trial.
Yeah. And then, well, she makes her way back and she sees the dad again, but this time she just embraces the hanging corpse. Like, oh, I'm sorry I didn't pick the phone up that night. I didn't know how much pain you were. And then he disappears. She has rectified the stone, but also phased her greed, almost said, guilt.
Jojo, face your guilt, tiny puppy.
Imagine if she ran all the way back, failed to heal him, and then ran all the way back to this treasure room a second time. Oh, it was the wrong stone again. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wouldn't have made the injury the neck. Because again, it is the kind of thing, it's like, well, I mean, maybe it just took a chunk out of his trap.
Yeah.
And not actually hit his major blood vessel in his neck. But,
Oh, just kick the other one.
Yeah, it does seem like it is quite a journey to take in the time that allowed before a person bleeds out from a neck injury.
Yeah. Also, Zed had to drag him somewhere else because those wall demons approached, or hooded figures or something.
Yeah, and I mean, lucky that dragging him down like 20 meters was all it took. It's not like they went into a room. It's just he's like further down the cave.
Yeah, she comes back in time. Hooray! And she just grabs the wound, gives him a little kiss, and now he's fine again. Hooray!
Yeah, the power of love. Look at that.
Did she do a Kylo forgiving himself with an imaginary father figure? No, the difference is this was actually a figure that was made or manifested by this metaphysical journey they currently go through. She didn't just imagine herself, the father in her head, and then did that.
Yeah, they're going through a supernatural phenomenon
Yeah.
that entirely predicated around successfully completing this trial, giving you the power to make the world as it is, as you believe, or I forget the wording they have for it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's also these three hooded figures. I know maybe those were what the people are talking about. Might be the biblical people. I don't know though. I have no fucking clue. It's just hooded people with masks on or something.
I mean, the three wise men are referenced in the tombstone in the museum at the beginning.
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
So yeah, they're running away, but they come to a dead end, and oh no, it's another big hole, and it's even deeper than the other one. And Scout's like, well, we have to jump. And they're like, excuse me? What? He's like, well, we have to rectify ourselves or jump. And they always like, hey, you're crazy. And it's like, no, why do you keep seeing your brother here? What is it about his death that torments you so? And still he's like, it's not gonna work. It's like, well, when he got his leg pinned in that cave, he drowned because I told him I'm gonna get help, but I got lost in the woods. So I did not come back in time. And then it's like, oh yeah, shit, Zed is still here. Hey, what's your story? And he be like, I have a child I've never seen. I know it's mine, but I deny it. All right, you're good.
Oh my god, I didn't even remember him saying that, and I've seen this movie twice. This is how much like my brain just kind of deleted Zed.
It's so stupid because he had nothing this whole time. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And it was like, I have a child that's mine, but I deny it. I was like, okay, good job.
He doesn't seem to see any visions of it that we
No,
see
nothing.
dealing with at any point. So it's like, well, Was the creepy lady with the baby going after Zed and just like she's a little racist, so she just went after the other black guy instead?
You could just hear it yell down the hall. Sorry, I was wanting to go for Zed. Sorry.
You all look alike to me.
You're rectified. My bad.
Racist ass French lady. What the fuck?
Hell yeah. So yeah, now that they've told each other their sins and accepted them or something, they can go down the big hole. They land hard but not injured, and they find a manhole. They try to open it, but it doesn't work. It's like, hey, I opened it a little bit. What did you do? I pushed it. And then, okay, let's push it and put it to the side. And it's a manhole that goes back to Paris. Oh no, let's go back to hell. Not Paris.
Full circle.
So yeah, it's kind of like, and then they're currently upside down, and they go through the hole, and they're somewhere at a canal or something. They come out, and they have a bit of a hug, start freaking out because of all this what happened, and then the movie ends. No weird reveal or anything that they might still be in some kind of weird limbo of hell or something, or any oogly boogly jump scare thingy.
Oh, thank God we're back, huh? This baguette's actually a little stale. Wait, let me try that baguette. All the baguettes are stale.
No!
Oh my God, shell.
Oh my God, don't try the croissants. They're wet. All the croissants are wet. So yeah, they made their journey through hell. Don't want to do all that paperwork after.
Yeah, and then I guess it ends on just like a little clip of her documentary, which it seemed, I guess, from editing that this was recorded afterwards, but what she's saying sort of indicates that it was beforehand, and I guess it's the same footage at the beginning of the movie, so
Yeah.
I would maybe have had her be recording something that like is after all that and
Yeah.
make her say something that is profound in some way, but I don't know. Because I guess like cutting to found footage of the character talking before the events of the movie seems like a thing that you would traditionally do for a dead character.
Right. Yeah.
Like almost like that's the thing you'd end it with if everyone died. And it's just like, yeah, I just want to find the truth. And it's like, well, she found it, didn't she? But no, it's a oddly happy ending with the three definitely main characters.
Yeah. She also now apparently still has superpowers. She can go heal people now, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I mean that's left a little ambiguous, which I'm fine with. Like, I don't think we need to have her then being like, "So what are you gonna do now?" And then she just walks into a hospital, it's like, heal fucking everybody.
Right.
Because I mean, I guess like the ambiguity lets you maybe think that perhaps she doesn't just have this power forever. That the reward that she got was facing her trauma and being okay with it. And healing him was part of the journey in the caves where all the supernatural stuff was happening. So he might not actually even have gotten injured in the first place.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, she flies into the sky and Rage Against the Machine starts playing.
But yeah, that's hell. That's Paris. The real Paris. It's underground. I mean, as for me, like, I like the concept in general. Like, the underground catacombs just makes it inherently, like, a bit spooky. And, all very tight, very, claustrophobic, as I guess is the word I was looking for. Yeah. But, man, I just did not give a shit. That's the problem. It's like, I don't care about these characters at all. So when they died, it's like, yeah, okay. And especially it's like all the people died that I didn't care about. Like we didn't have a death of a character that was like well established. Where it was like, oh no, he had like a really cool thing. He was about to turn around, but then he couldn't face the fear in the end anyway. All that happened was like Sue's like, hey, are you okay, old friend? And then she gets killed. It's like, oh, you didn't really have a chance. Papillon has a short chance. Says like, it wasn't my fault. Then he gets sucked in. It's like, oh, I guess he had like a little bit of character. He was like charming and knew these places, but that's about it. Benji just gets jump scared and falls into a hole and had like no chance of doing anything. While also we're not really knowing what the fuck is going on with him. I mean, we went over it. It might have been something with leaving behind a child and a family or something to
And
pursue.
apparently that's trauma. So it's like, wait, hold on. So why did Benji have the exact same thing going on?
Yeah, that's also weird because like they have like this a very same-ish thing. And yeah, then Zed is just at the end. He never had anything going on. It's like, oh, I have a child. I deny it's mine, but I know it's mine. It's like, okay, that's good. So yeah, no, like some of the sounds I like. I think the visuals are like kind of overall like fine. It's just like found footage, shaky. You see some weird monster in the background. I don't find it incredibly interesting. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Like obviously, I feel like, but it's also not anything I'm gonna go back at and never really recommend watching.
Yeah, and I think funny enough, if you sat through this entire Forge episode, you'll probably get a lot less out of viewing this movie than you might have if you just watched it blind. It's this is kind of an example of a horror movie that's pretty engaging while you're watching it through the first time, but then like if you pick at it, there's a lot of things that hurt the experience. And even on a second viewing, I was like, yeah, this is still moderately entertaining, I suppose. But things like how thin the characters were stuck out more because I now knew. It's like, okay, I know that nothing happens with these people at all. And I think that is actually what made the scene at the beginning with the Robert De Niro impression and the beatboxing and terrible freestyle rapping more disappointing, because you're just like, this was the moment that you had a scene where you were trying to endear these characters to the audience, and that's what you went with.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like I don't know, if you made that scene a little bit more interesting and I don't know, had them tell some jokes that were funny, had them relate to their experiences and how they got into it, like, especially because like in the context of the movie's format being a documentary, it would be so easy to ask them, hey, how did you get into cave diving and like what made you so interested in the catacombs?
Yeah.
And that be a full conversation that you could develop all three of them in 5 minutes in a way that would make us care about them a bit more than, hey, look at my De Niro impression where he just kind of curls his face a little bit. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like do a line from Taxi. I think, it might have been funny if he was a guy with a heavy French accent that when he's doing a De Niro impression, it's like spot on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's actually like pretty neat that he can do that well. But no, it's just he kind of curls his face, and that's it. He doesn't even really say a line. Doesn't say, "You talking to me? You talking to me? There's no one else here. You must be talking to me." That kind of taxi driver lines. But no, they like, again, it's just the characters who die, and I mean even the characters who die and Zed are just not really developed enough for us to care about them, which does kind of hurt the experience of rewatching, especially.
Yeah. Also, the rules of the being sorry for something you did in the past, it's not fair to some people. But it's just kind of frustrating because when you realize like, oh, it's because it's about facing your guilt, and then you see a guy just getting jump scared, and then because of that he falls into a hole. It's like, I don't know, what was he supposed to do with that? Like, there's nothing he could have done.
Well, the writers just should have set a hard rule that all of their deaths need to be the result of a choice to avoid their responsibility. And have you ever seen Fall of House of Usher? Like Edgar Allan Poe, Mike Flanagan show? With the guy from Saros.
Yeah. I was trying to think, which one was that? Is that the one? That's the one in the
one about.
That's one of the modern times where one of them has like a company and stuff like that, right? With the big family.
Yeah, like the pharmacy family.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw it when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah. So that movie, the death character in it, in every single one, she always kind of gives them a choice. Like that, you don't need to be here. You don't need to do this. And in all cases, they decide to say, no, fuck you. And then they die. And it's like, that's simple, but it's pretty effective to be like, well, yeah, I mean, you were warned.
Yeah.
Like, And ultimately, this downfall is the result of your own choice that you didn't have to make. And no, Mark Hamill's not the devil in that. He's close though. He's a lawyer. But
Nice,
yeah, no,
nice.
Mark Hamill's good in it. I think
Oh
that's
yeah,
one of the better modern Mark Hamill performances.
need to rewatch all the Flanagan shows. I haven't seen them since they came out, probably.
Yeah. So the Haunting of Hill House, pretty good for the most part, but does kind of fall apart a bit at the end.
Oh yeah,
Bly Manor, quite solid overall. I like Bly Manor. I think that it is maybe not as immediately engaging as Hill House or Fall of House of Usher, but it's probably more solid than either of them. Midnight Mass, that's the one that hurts me because
God,
first five
that
episodes of that
fucking
are,
ending, dude. Jesus Christ.
yeah, it's I think
Oh,
7 episodes total. I'm pretty sure it's 7 episodes, and the first five are some of the best vampire horror
it's really good.
fiction
Yeah.
I've ever seen. And then the last 2 episodes are fucking terrible. They're just like, oh man. It really kind of seemed like they were there might it seemed like Midnight Mass could have been a full second season
Hmm.
where they took their time on some of those things, and even if it ultimately resulted in a similar ending, I think that just the gas pedal in the last 2 episodes to wrap everything up hurt that show a ton. But yeah, I think that just know that about the last 2 episodes, but I actually do really think the first 5 episodes are very much worth watching. Like they're
Yeah.
quite good. And Fall of House of Usher, I like quite a lot. I think all the episodes of that are pretty solid. And yeah, and I think they did. Yeah, there was another one where it's like a bunch of kids telling ghost stories, and I only got through 1 episode of that one. I
I
think that was his attempt to do like a teen horror show,
I think I didn't watch
and
that one. What's the
not
name of?
particularly good.
I don't even remember the name of that one, but
I think it also was Midnight something. Midnight. Yeah, hold on one sec. I'll figure it out.
yeah. I can start reading the super chats in the meantime. Unless you still had something about the
Well, I
movie.
guess wait, hold on. So Clayface is Clayface Mike Flanagan? Is he directing that? I feel like he's not. Or is he producing it? Maybe.
I know. Oh, because I wanna. Is
That's a
he?
question. Normal
Yeah.
chats.
Clayface
But yeah,
2016.
I think Clayface. I mean, we've only seen one teaser for it, and it looks like
Oh
something
yeah,
that I'd be interested in watching. I think if anything,
screenplay.
the thing that makes me least interested in it is it being connected in some way to the DC Superman and Supergirl movies. But doesn't mean it can't be a good standalone movie, which I think is the thing that superhero movies need: better standalone stories.
According to the Google machine, Mike Flanagan is listed under screenplay.
Oh, okay, so he wrote it. Nice.
Uh,
Midnight Club is the one with the kids
ah,
that I thought was kind of shit. Or I mean, I didn't watch much of it. I watched 1 episode, and it's yeah, I just was like, no, okay, I'm out.
yeah. Uh, yeah. You got anything else? If not, I'll read the super chats here.
Yeah, yeah, like super chat time.
Cool. $10 from TRKG
Thank you.
1878 87. That way around. Whenever a movie has the evil prey on the guilt insecurities of other pasts, I just want a character that's just completely normal, like they've never done anything dubious in their life, really. Well, the funny thing is, Zed was kind of that up until the end when he just said, "Oh yeah, I have a child I don't admit is mine."
And that's like not nothing, right? Like that's
Yeah.
pretty bad.
No, I mean like up until this point, he just didn't have anything. There was
Yeah.
no visions, no nothing. But
Well,
yeah,
I guess though the spirit of the super chat is that if one character in this situation is genuinely altruistic and a
yeah,
good person who doesn't have guilt or trauma, who's just led a good life, it's like,
he just doesn't see
yeah,
anything down there. It's like, what are you guys talking about? It's like just a
it's
cave.
like,
Chill out.
yeah, it's like, well, I'm not seeing anything. It's just like everything here is perfectly normal. Why the hell are you people screaming?
Yeah. Meglathon with the 2 Canadian. Thank you very much. Hooray! More metal podcasts. 2 days in a row. Yeah. It might be next week as well, because I think they're doing the Mando stuff next week. They said it last night, but I forgot what he said. So just listen to the end of the EFAB episode, and then you'll know. But I said I'll join the Grungus coverage if they do one.
Well,
Uh,
let me know how it is, but I feel like
probably
it's gonna be bad.
probably bad. Yeah,
I saw a
Yeah,
Twitter
Mendon
review
Grog
where
was next
someone
week. Okay, so I remembered correctly.
I, I saw a Twitter review and a comment where someone's like, "Yeah, this is just Star Wars action figures being banged together," and someone's like, "Oh, action figures being banged together? You mean Star Wars?" And I'm like, the fact that you think that's a defense of modern Star Wars
Big sad.
makes me sick.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll be on that one. I'll try to rewatch as much Mando and Grogu as I can, but we'll see. It's probably not going to be relevant anyway, but due diligence and stuff like that. Try to be thorough. $5 from Slumpy, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do they encounter Hades? That sounds like James Woods.
That's from the Hercules Disney movie. Back when Disney made good
Oh,
movies.
yeah, I don't
James
remember that
Woods
name.
played.
That would be fun though. Unfortunately, not. Unfortunately, did not
I mean,
happen.
do you know who James Woods is, like the actor?
Probably if I look at him, I'm like horrific with names of actors.
Hey, we should do John Carpenter's Vampires this Halloween. That was a funny movie.
Yeah,
Speaking of
I
vampires,
know his face. I've seen him in plenty of things.
yeah, Videodrome too. That's a good one. David Cronenberg, also very abstract and weird. Hi, Rocky. I'm gonna get attacked by a chihuahua again.
No, no.
I don't know what you
D-
were off doing, but apparently it made you happy.
$5 from Not Smart James Moore. You had to change the name finally. I only know about the underground tunnels because of this movie and a story in World War Z where the French martyred 15,000 people, clearing them to make heroes. Oh, okay.
15,000 sounds like a more reasonable number. But actually, James, did they make you change your name, or did you just decide, okay, I'll be less edgy?
He changed it because in some chats he got timed out automatically when he sent super chats with that name.
That's funny.
Yeah. 280 Canadian from Sty Games. Thank you very much. Hell is France,
Thank
but
you.
heaven is Lord of Ring PS4. No.
I mean, that's just the objective truth.
Yeah. The text to speech read the name out and it
$5 from retard James Moore. Oh my God. Ban that man.
ban him. And we got $5 from M8. Thank you very much. They returned to Paris in June of 1940. Oh no.
No, not a good time to be in France.
Not a good time to be there at all. No.
Not a good time to be in Europe.
Yeah. This was a big messy party that was going on that time. But yeah, there you have it. Super chats. Thank you very much. As always,
Thank you, everybody.
very much appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah, before we're out of here, Mark, you got anything interesting going on?
Nope. Just my last week of babysitting the
stream.
basic training. No. I think I'll take a little bit of time on that. But yeah, no, I might get back to it at some point. I gotta like make some choices though. Like if I'm gonna stream, I'm gonna stream on YouTube. I'm gonna just go on Kick so that it's less like out in everyone's face and I can dip a toe in more casually. And am I gonna be on camera, off camera? I'm gonna throw an avatar on the screen. I'm gonna make a VTuber thing or something. Not that I would become a VTuber. I just think it would be easier to deal with than having to be like, okay, how's my lighting and stuff. But I don't know. Like I think like, the choice between hey VTuber or just nothing and just like my voice and dogs. Yeah. Anyway, though I would be VTubing just as me. It's not like I'm gonna create a character or something like that and be like, okay, now I'm like, Jimmy the little tiny bear or whatever.
Big titty Mark. Hell yeah.
I mean, yeah. So if I can get my bench back up, I guess. But it's the good titty, the muscle titties. But yeah, no. Like other than that, though, just to kind of work on some real life stuff. And I found out too that this summer I'm gonna have quite a few days where I have to do medicine at the cadet camp, which I'm not crazy about because they're not in the military; they're civilians going to summer camp. But gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
Deal with children.
Oh yeah, next week's Forge, that would be... Which one was the first Bond movie then?
Russia with Love.
From Russia with Love. We're gonna do that one. I've never seen that one, so I'm excited to watch that.
It's pretty good. And the villain actually kind of looks like Daniel Craig, which I found amusing.
But yeah, that's
But
gonna
it's a
be
Sean Connery Bond movie, the second of the Bond films. And yeah, so Alex, what we're doing is one Bond film from some of the eras because we don't have enough weeks to do all of them, but one from each actor essentially. So we're gonna do Connery, a Moore, and a Brosnan.
hmm
I'm trying to pick the best of both of them. Or sorry, not both, of all three. And my pick for Connery is from Russia with Love. Although I would hear the argument and probably not even argue too hard against Goldfinger. But yeah, I think From Russia with Love is the stronger movie though, just because it's a bit more grounded and less crazy. But and also if we're doing a Roger Moore one next, we'll get to the crazy. Don't you worry.
yeah. But yeah, that's gonna happening. Oh, Slumpy sent another $10. Thank you very much. More financial incentive to incentivize Mortal to play the 10 out of 10 best game of generation mixtape.
Well, I hear you can do it in one stream. Apparently, it's only a couple hours. But
The problem I
how much-
have, though, it's full of licensed music you can't turn off. There's no streamer mode.
I hear that's actually something that came about on Twitter this week. Apparently, they like bought the license to all
A
of it.
perpetual license. Something GTA can't have.
Yeah, which is wild. Like, and I think even that's why like they have to stop. Like, they have to eventually delist things like Guitar Hero and stuff because it's like, buddy, if you're gonna spend anything on this game, why not like perpetual license for the music?
Yeah, it looks
Although
so
I wonder,
boring as well.
I mean, like, yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to talk you into playing mixtape, but the thing that weirds me out about it is, does perpetual license mean? And this is less of a problem for the PC port, but for like a console version, if it's on, say, PS5, if PlayStation 6 comes out, and let's say, for sake of argument, this is not supposed to be a fanboy thing I'm bringing up, but for sake of argument, PlayStation 6, 7, 8, 9, one of them isn't backwards compatible with PS5, and they have to re-release the game and sell it to you again. Or a new console comes out that is not connected, let's say, I don't know, a new company, LG, decides to make a console and with exclusive content. Do they then have to renew the license for that version because technically it's a different version of the game?
I have no
Or is
idea how
just,
it works.
We own the rights to this in all contexts forever? Because either way, though, I mean, it's the arguments for why when like journalists call it an indie game, it's like, okay, come on, calm down.
There's so much money behind that game. It's insane.
It definitely is an artsy game. I think it would be fair to call it that. But yeah, indie game generally means published by the people who developed the game. So there are games that seem indie-ish that are not indie games, and also games that seem very AAA, which actually are. Like Baldur's Gate 3, I think, is the easiest example. That Larian both developed and published that game. Therefore, it is an indie game, even though it has a AAA budget. So
yeah. The company that made it had ties to another favorite of yours, Alan Wake 2. Oh, yeah.
Delightful. Well, we will be talking about Control Resonant at that point. And I believe Max will be joining us, and I think he has a pretty positive opinion of Alan Wake 2. So we'll at least get a different perspective on that if he's able to make it.
He's
on the
uninvited.
I like Max. I think Max brings good stuff to the table. Slumpy, though, he said art is a generous term. So I think it would be fair to say that Mixtape is an artsy game and that it's trying to be very artistic. Also, not all art is good.
More like farts. More like fartsy.
I mean, yeah, maybe. But like, I think there's plenty of modern art that like it's just, I don't know, a guy threw a paint can at a canvas and was just like, this represents chaos, and it's like, I don't know that I'd say that's good art, but I think you could probably still call it art, I suppose, right? Mixtape people also have ties to Control too. I mean, yeah. No. Well, mixtape people like the developers or the publishers, because
I guess it's probably going to be Annapurna as well, then, right?
I mean, they publish like Outer Wilds and Journey, so like it's not like they make nothing but shit, right? And I mean, to be fair, I've not played Mixtape. For all I know, I'd like it, although everything I've seen of it seems lame. Yeah. So I'm not interested in playing it, but
yeah, me neither. Another one of M8 came through. Poor Metal, people don't recommend good games to him, only cringe games to induce suffering.
Hey, I mean, I recommend you give the Hitman games a whirl. I think that might not be bad homework before Bond to see how.
There's no chance I'm gonna be able to play any of that.
Honestly, like I think the neat thing about the newer Hitman games is you could play one mission and it'll take you a little bit of time, but I think you will actually get a good sense of the flexibility of it. And that's the
Hmm.
thing that I'm interested to see how they do in Bond, because apparently they want to make it so that you can just kind of think on your feet and solve the missions in Bond in a Hitman-like way, like creative solutions and alternate pathways with punctuated by movie big action moments. So I'm interested to see how that works, and that's why I'm trying to get the background. But
Hmm.
yeah, and also play the Metro games. There you go. There, I'm recommending good
I
games.
mean, I did play them before. I like those games,
Oh,
so
play them again.
play them again. But yeah, thank you for the super chats again. Very much appreciated. As for me, I think Joe Danger sent me the file for the big super cut, so that is definitely coming out the coming Friday.
Hooray!
6 hours, 20 minutes, I think it is. So if you need something to do on that Friday, I got you covered. Yeah, I'm probably gonna download this like right after this and upload it, see if everything keeps fine, or if YouTube decides when I upload it if there's something wrong with copyright, which would be very sad. But I hope not. But yeah, that's coming out on Friday. It should be fun stuff. And yeah, I'm just gonna be watching more The Boys, try to get some prep for Mando and Gronku, and then I'm gonna make a rando rant on Medonkus Gragonkus when that releases.
Hooray!
So I don't know, maybe I'll try to get this out as fast as possible to have that there. I mean, it's not going to be a lot of footage I can splice in anyway because the movie just came out, so editing shouldn't be a big problem. But yeah, that's going to be the next thing on the table. And I'm also already editing the Marvel Phase 1 ramble that I recorded ages ago, but I had to finish the Dustborn thingy first. So yeah, tons of things in the works coming your way, and yeah, I'm busy.
Which week is Backrooms? Just kind of getting reminded by Aaron there. Because
Uh,
I mean, I know
well,
that you mentioned it was replacing one of our Bond ones, but I'm now forgetting which week it actually is.
I think it's end of May or the beginning of June. I think the problem was it releases at a different time for me in Germany. I think that
Okay.
was the problem. So the forge for that could be either the 31st or June the 7th.
Seventh. Okay.
But yeah, it kind of
Yeah,
depends if there's even a screening or if I have to find another way to watch it, if you know my drift.
yeah. So depending on what Metal figures out, it'll either be May 31st for Backrooms, or
Yeah.
if not, Backrooms will be June 7th, and then GoldenEye will be on the day that it is not. So either May 31st or June 7th.
Yeah.
GoldenEye, the film, not the game.
Also, June 21st, that is Forge episode 200.
Yeah.
I've already messaged a bunch of people, and almost everybody said yes so far. So
Hooray.
we got a bunch of people coming, and we're just gonna shoot the shit, play some video games, good old party stuff. Should be good times.
We need a forge.me so that I can know how many episodes I've been on, because I actually don't.
Right. But yeah, there you have it. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's been fun. And, well, we'll see you at the next Forge. And I'll probably be online with some more Look Outside sometime this week. Unless I'm swamped with work. Maybe I have to skip streaming for a week. But I hope not, because I like streaming. It's fun.
Perhaps I will too someday.
Actually, if you
But
need
everyone
something
watch From
to...
Russia with
Yeah, that. Also, if you need to watch something tomorrow, I think Mauler wants to play Resident Evil 2 tomorrow. And he's planning to
OG
do...
or remake?
I think the OG first.
Yeah.
And he's trying to do a long one. So, yeah,
Do
go...
Claire A and Leon B in one stream. That'd be pretty nuts. You could do it though. It's like maybe 5 hours. 6? Maybe 6.
Who knows?
I think you can comfortably get through an RE2 playthrough in 3 hours.
Also, for some reason, my chat broke. Like, my chat window. It's still fine on OBS for some reason.
Who knew?
Also, no, there won't be a boys' forge. I join the EFAP lads on that one.
I have not watched it since season 3, so I would have 2 seasons worth of. It's because it's 5 now, right? 5's the last one. Or
That's
6?
the last one, yeah. I think
Okay,
the
so
final episode is coming out like tomorrow or something. I'm just gonna
delightful.
be catching up on that. But yeah, there you have it. Thanks for hanging out. We're out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll catch you later. Goodbye.
Thank you, everybody. Jojo, we're done, baby.